Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
Is there now?
I have felt it. It is unavoidable. It is your destiny.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The Eagle has landed back in Canada. It is time for MAGGCAST time, and we got some things to talk about tonight. Let's get into it. Let's go. How's everybody doing out there? How's everybody doing out there in YouTube land? Everybody good? I hope everybody is well. Yes. We are back in the house, ladies and gentlemen. This will be a shorter show tonight. I am still with this jet lag thing, and I know it's only 3 hours difference, but man, when you're not sleeping, plus the jet lag, and I got a bunch of stuff I got to take care of because I got a family thing going on tomorrow. I know in my video, I realized after the fact that what I said is that we were going to do MAGGCAST on Wednesday. That was the plan. I'm like, I need another day here to get like my life reorganized and whatever else and get some rest. However, I'm not going to be home tomorrow. I'm going to be away day and night, so I will not be able to do that. But anyways, we are here now, and we're going to do all of that stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. And tonight is dedicated entirely to the LA situation. Now, of course, on top of all that, I'm going to be asking you guys some questions out there in the chat, the maggots out there. I want to know what the hell was going on social media while I was gone, because as much as I was on social media during the time that we were there for the show, for the shows, I should say, I didn't really pay too much attention to all the rhetoric and the fighting and all the bullshit that usually comes with all that. And that obviously is the case when it comes to these things. You know, if there's something positive out there, you're always going to have somebody fighting about it. So I want to know what the hell was going on, because I saw some stuff, but I ignored most of it for the most part, because like I said, so damn busy doing the, being part of the, this entire Summer Games Fest showcases, Xbox, third party, Keeley's, Days of Play, and everything else in between. So yeah, it was pretty wild. But anyways, before we get into started all that, let's do some house cleaning, ladies and gentlemen, because we have some people coming in and donating right off the bat. And starting right from the top, ladies and gentlemen, we got Literal Table. Let's go! Literal Table comes in. Thank you so much, Literal Table. And yes, welcome back, yes. With a healthy $6.99 right there. And he says, hey, Meg. Hope you enjoyed LA. I'm going there with my dad next April. Nice. For the Star Wars celebration. All right, let's go. Oh, Star Wars. Wait, what? Is there now?
I have felt it.
Also, I think the Xbox showcase would have. Pause. Dramatic pause, ladies and gentlemen, because he drops another $2.79. Let's go. The funny thing is, Little Table, part 2 doesn't show up. It says 1 of 2, but I don't have the other one.
Oh!
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'll see if I can find it, bro. I'll see if I can find it. Part 1 of 2. It's still not there. That's so weird. It just says 1 of 2. All right, whatever it is, just write it in the chat, okay? Because now you got me like all like excited. I want to know what part 2 was. I think the Xbox showcase would have. Okay, everybody in the chat, you know what you should do? Write the second half of his super chat or what you think he was about to say, because that'd be kind of funny too. Yeah, so that'd be pretty hilarious. But thank you, Little Table. Appreciate you, brother, man. And Little Table does come back with that $2.79, by the way. Thank you so much. It goes, being perfect if Clockwork and Modern Warfare 4 swap places. That would be a big, not going to happen, to be quite fair. That'll never happen. That Activision would never go for that. But either way, it's fun. But now, Little Table, a member for 7 months as a top-tier maggot. Let's go. The man's up fine. Look at this. 3 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. And he says, thank you so much, Little Table, for all the support, brother, as a top-tier maggot. By the way, speaking of maggots, I got something very important for you guys a little bit later in the show here. I got a little giveaway I'm going to do, and it's for channel members out there, but you'll have to answer a trivia question. It's an easy one, so, but we'll deal with that in just a second, all right? But anyways, as Literal Table says here with his channel member, thank you so much. He says, now with Code Veronica Remake revealed, do you think the remaining mainline RE games will be remade as well? Those being 0, the original, 5, and 6. 0 is being remade, Literal Table, I can tell you that much. That is 100% happening. And then after that, I don't know what their game plan is. I know that Veronica was the next on the list. Then the next after that is I was about to say Code Veronica 0. Jesus, is Resident Evil 0, the one on the train? For anybody who didn't know that, so it's the one on the train. And then I don't know what their plan is after that because they have the mainline Resident Evil 10, that will be coming after those 2 remakes. Then there's 10. And then there's a rumor that they're mulling around the original. As for 5 and 6, I have no idea what their plans are. But I mean, that's way down the road, guys. I mean, I'll be like damn near 60 years old by the time those come out. Can you imagine that? My God. How about that? Hi, everybody in the chat. I see you guys all out there, man. I see y'all out there. And Ryder comes in. Welcome as a top-tier maggot.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Hey, welcome to hell, Ryder. Thank you so much, man, for becoming a top-tier maggot. You get a rare achievement right there, my friend. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, my friend. What's up, Italian Gangsta? How you doing? Deceiver. Matt Rush is in the house. How you guys doing? Thank you guys all for the donations. Nice swag. Yeah, little table. I know. Yeah, it's I got some really cool stuff. We'll talk about that all when we get to it. But before we continue on, we've got Kung Fu Hot Dog coming in with a 25 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Kung Fu Hot Dog. And he says, Megalicious. So great to have you back, man. We all appreciate the vlogs, my guy. Dude, listen, man, you donated to get those microphones, okay? You're getting them vlogs, all right? So thank you. And he says, what is your most cherished memory of this visit? Gotta say the Xbox bomber jacket Asha wore was amazing. Didn't know you were claustrophobic. Oh, yeah, I am claustrophobic. Yes, thank you very much, Kung Fu Hot Dog, for the 25. Ladies and gentlemen, that is British proper money, okay? Yes, I am claustrophobic. So, yes, like, I'm not great on planes, okay? I mean, it's not even just that. I'm also not great on planes because I don't like flying for the most part. I'm not a big fan of the takeoff, and I'm certainly not a fan of landing. I mean, I'm a fan of landing that we're like, okay, the journey is almost over, and I'm certainly not a fan of turbulence. So my ride back from LA, guys, was hell on earth, okay? It was really bad. Thank you, guys. I see you guys all in the chat, Portal Player. Thank you. Chava's in the house. Thank you guys all for, and UK Shaky Jake's in there too, Infernal Earth. Noisy. JD. Thank you guys all for enjoying those vlogs. I had a lot of fun doing them. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing those, but it was a lot of fun too. It was great to be able to document and film all those. And the good thing for me, even on a personal level, is that I get to go back and I get to watch those myself. You know what I mean? So I can go like, oh yeah, like if in case I, not just living in my head and in my heart, I could just say, hey, let me just go back and watch, those things, and I can see all the highlights of what I saw as well, and it's really cool to see that. Matt Cullen, how you doing, man? Yeah, Capcom Publisher of the Year, pretty much. I think so, man. Mike, I told everybody back in January with the release cadence that was coming, it's gonna be between Capcom and Microsoft for Publisher of the Year. So far, I mean, Microsoft has the one big game that's Forza Horizon. They still have many more to go before the end of the year. But as it stands right now, Capcom is taking that cake. But either way, we shall see what happens. RT Reviews, a member for 3 months. There we go.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Thank you, RT Reviews, renewing his membership for 3 months. And he says, with that, most hyped for Resident Evil, God of War, and Gears. Me too, man. Me too. Danny Moon, thank you very much. Appreciate it, buddy. What's up, Neil? How you doing? And we got RT Reviews, after renewing his membership, drops 2 British pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. And he says, love the vlogs, Mag. Thank you guys very much. Thank you very much, RT Reviews. Appreciate you, brother. And we got Grumpy Old Fart. I can't even start the show yet, guys. Everybody's donating like mad. And we got Grumpy Old Fart coming in, flying in, dropping $10. Let's go. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. And he says, from Ion Storm to Red Wolf Renegade to MAGGCAST in a single day. What a day, my friend. What a day. I'm back to work next week. Won't be able to do that in a while. Welcome back, Mag. Thank you so much. You get another one. You get another one. No way, Jose. I did get to shake her hand, yes. I did get to shake her hand. And I even put my arm around her.
Welcome to hell.
To answer your question, he asked if I'm not even gonna say what he said. And McLovin comes in, drops a $2 super chat. Let's go. He goes, live chats for streams were mostly demanding D3. Yes, I know. I did see that. Yes, they were demanding. Are you talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about the Sony State of Play. I saw that everybody was spamming Destiny 3 in it. That was really funny. So yeah, it was hilarious. And Broke Boy comes in, a member for 9 months. Let's go. Thank you so much for renewing your membership, my friend. And he says, how is it a special LA edition if you're back home?
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Thank you very much, Broke Boy, for renewing your membership, man. I appreciate it. And we got Emperor Hound, a member of 6 months, renewing his membership at Top Tier Magazine. He says, hey, Mag. Thank you so much, Emperor Hound. There you go. And he says, hey, Mag, expect to see you on Forza Community Meetup this week with Arrow Nation. Then you will see such a thing. Then I will be there. I'll make sure I'm there. I won't even stream it myself. I won't even see it myself. But either way. Someone's saying something about audio being out of sync. Bernie and Seth Monsters, what's going on there? Hope it's not me. But either way. Terrell Skull, how you doing, man? Funky Playbox. Ghostbusters! Did I see the Nintendo Direct? I did not. I slept right through it. I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I was done. I was done. Yeah. Hey. Simo Cav, what's up, what's going on, though? Anybody? How you guys doing out there? And Little Table comes in with another $7, ladies and gentlemen. Unreal. Thank you so. Oh, this is his part 2, by the way. Thank you very much, Little Table. You didn't have to put it in a super chat. I said just put it in a regular chat. I would have read it out, man. Street, how you doing? And he says for that $7, he says, I meant that the showcase should have ended with Clockwork instead of Modern Warfare. I getcha. All right, thank you very much. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, Diamond Eyes. Diamond Eyes is back in the house. Diamond Eyes is back in the house. Holy shit, you guys are right. I just looked at my replay, and my voice is out of sync. My audio is not synced with my video. That's so weird. That is really strange. Well, there was a huge update. There was a big update for, what's it called? For Streamlabs, and I wonder if that fucked something up. Well, that's rather unfortunate. I don't know what else I could do about that. I mean, I could refresh it and whatever else, but then I'd lose all of you guys. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll just fix itself. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. That's really weird. Yeah, I just noticed it myself. As I saw somebody in the chat say something, and then I looked over at myself on the screen, and I'm like, that's not syncing. It's not my internet or anything like that. It's obviously Streamlabs with that new update. Thanks a lot, Streamlabs. You know what I mean?
Yeah!
Well, we're just going to have to deal with it and hope it works itself out because, like I said, I don't want to kill the stream and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? I lose all the viewers and then I go back and you guys are going to have to all come back in. Yeah, it's out of sync, Dark Knight. Yeah, that's really messed up, man. That's really messed up. Oh, well. I guess we're just going to have to live with it for now. But I'm looking across the board and everything's showing green, so it's not the internet. It's something else. I wonder if I turn the audio back off and I'll turn it back on. Let me try that. Let me see something. All right, audio interface is back on. Check one, check one, check one, check one. It's so close. It's like off by like a millisecond or something, but I could see it too, man. Well, either way, I'm not going to bring too much attention to it. Oh! We got Grumpy Old Fart coming in with another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. And he goes, Matt, can I borrow your Xbox, please? Well, I don't have it yet. We'll get into that conversation a little bit later. But yes, I will definitely be getting that sometime in November. But thank you very much, Grumpy Old Fart. Appreciate that. And Mr. Santo, another $2. Thank you so much, Mr. Santo. And he says, welcome back, Mag. Are you getting the new Xbox? Well, isn't that funny, Santo? I just answered your question. Yes, I am. It will be delivered to my house in November in time for the 25th anniversary, and it is a beautiful console. Yeah. And we've got, ladies and gentlemen, we got the man himself. We got the man himself, the man of the cloth. The man is here, the word of the Lord. Father Alex. Father Alex is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He drops $2.79, and he says, give us a hell yeah 2 Xbox exclusive drops, baby brother. Yes.
But the cream
they cooked.
rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
They certainly cooked, man. Thank you so much. Father Alex is in the house. Let's give him another praise to the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him another praise to the Lord for being the man of the cloth and saving us all from damnation. There it is. Thank you so much, Father Alex. And Ray Martinez. Where the hell were you, dude? Where the hell were you? Aren't you in LA? You should have been there. Where were you? You should have come and hung out with us. Ray Martinez Jr. comes in and drops a $5 super chat. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, Ray Martinez. Appreciate it, brother. And he says, hey, Meg, how was your whole experience at SGF and Xbox Showcase? Well, Ray Martinez, you're in luck because that's all I'm talking about today. That's all I'm talking about today. Just that. Someone says restart my camera. How about I try that? You want me to try that? Maybe that's dragging. Give me a second. Let me just try that. Hold on, everybody. All right, let's try that. No, somehow it seems to be worse. Yeah, it's not my equipment, guys. It's Streamlabs. Unfortunately, it's Streamlabs. So there's nothing really I could do about it. What I'll do is I'll have to do a full system reboot or something like that. Maybe uninstall it, reinstall it later on and see if it's fine. But, like, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, about an hour before I went live, Streamlabs had a whole new update. And it was a huge one. It was like 186 files or something like that. And it rebooted everything or whatever. And then this happened. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, guys, if you're going to do a reboot like this where people, like, stream and stuff, like, yeah. Portal Player said it's fine. I don't care. Yeah. Hey, it is what it's going to be, man. There's nothing really I could do with it when I'm live on the air. So it is what it's going to be. So, hey, you know what? Here's an idea. Don't stare at my stupid face. How about that? Just look away or something. I don't know. Look out the window. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. We got something major just happened in the chat. We had something major just happen in the chat. Here we go. We got Seth Monsters coming in. The man is a lunatic, ladies and gentlemen. And for some reason, he dropped a very strange number in there, folks. He dropped $69 US. Let's go. It's a big red super chat. Unbelievable, Seth Monsters. Thank you so much. Unlocks a rare achievement for that one. Seth Monsters, out of control. Thank you. And he says, buy Greers. Play Gears. That is all. I think he meant Gears the first time, but we're going to go with Greers because that sounds funny. Greers of War. Seth Monsters has now donated Gears of War E-Day to the channel. Let's go. Thank you so much, Seth Monsters. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Gears of War coming to this channel. And courtesy of Seth Monsters, of course. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Appreciate it very much. And Broke Boy comes in dropping another $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Broke Boy. He says, I pre-ordered that awesome Gears E-Day Collector's Edition. And you know what, Broke Boy? I don't doubt it for 1 minute that that's exactly what you did. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you so much. And he drops another $2. He can't even afford this special edition anymore because he's donating all the money to the channel. And he says, Meg, using the same camera. They make Godzilla movies. Yeah, okay. No. This is a serious camera, man. Yeah, no, this is a serious camera. This is a major camera. You guys bought it. You should know. With all the super chats. Yeah, at dead time, you're right. He goes, never update before a show. I know. I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, oh, well, an update. There it is. But, you know, it is what it is. But, no, this is a serious camera. It's a Sony DSLR camera that I bought, like I said, courtesy of you guys. Poor Bernie, shut up. He says, we have to look at the pony and Xbox gear. Yeah. Hey, man, they gave away great swag. Okay? And you know the thing is, like, I got Sony. You know what? Give us a couple t-shirts or something. You know what I'm saying? Give us a hoodie. I know they give us great games and all that, but, like, can you give us, like, some swag? Give me a hat. Give me some. Oh, by the way, you guys like the hat? I do not like the marketing for this game. And I'll tell you why. Look what it says. This is for Alien Isolation 2. Sorry, I have to go, like, backwards because my camera, right? So that's Alien Isolation 2. Okay, that's the hat they gave me. Now, here's the thing. And I got to see the game. Shh. Can't tell you about it. All I could say is that I saw it. So, more than the trailer. So I got my fun little hat here. But when you walk around with this hat, it looks like I'm just like repping AI, like open AI or something. You know what I'm saying? And people just walk around, they're like, oh, he's an AI guy. What an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Dizzy Delta. Appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, so it's a cool hat. It's just I don't like the advertising. Like, they could have spelled out alien, like with the alien, like the writing or something, and then put or like show like the alien egg or something and then put AI2 so that people didn't look at it and just go, oh, it's an AI hat. Right? Because like any normal person, I mean, even if you guys looked at this hat right now, would you immediately assume that it was alien, you know? Like you wouldn't. Alien Isolation 2, you probably just say, oh, he's wearing an AI hat. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but that one. But this one, this is really nice. This thing is made out of 100% cotton Xbox hoodie. Check this shit out. Isn't that nice? Yeah. So that matches my other hoodie that they gave me. So yeah. I'm advertising Core AI. Yeah, Broke Boy. You see what I'm talking about? Like you would immediately think that like, you know, you would immediately think that it's like that I'm like repping AI or something. It's kind of funny. There it is. Guardian thought it was an AI hat too. There it is. It is very. Oh, the hoodie's so comfortable. Listen, man, you gotta give Microsoft one thing. With their swag is really, really comfortable. Like really nice stuff. Like they even gave me a. I know you guys saw it in like my little unboxing of the bag, the swag bag I got from them, where I've got like the FanFest shirt, and it's done like a concert tee. So like when you turn over in the back, it shows all the cities that it's going to be in and all that jazz, and it's really nice shirt. And then of course they gave me this, and they gave me the jacket, which is made by Dickies. AKL Warrior goes, Mag's hat's coming for all our jobs. Yeah, exactly, right? So yeah, in that swag bag, we also got that jacket, the Dickies jacket. Now, I'm a little disappointed in the jacket because it has the Xbox logo, but it's all in black. So unless you're like this close, like, you know what I mean? Unless you're like right and close, you can't even see the insignia and there's nothing on the back. But the jacket is really, really, really good quality. I mean, it's made by Dickies, right? So it's like an actual, like a nice, like fall jacket, like zip-up jacket. It's beautiful. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's great. Yes, Chava, I did get the console, but I don't have it yet. But what's going to happen is when I do get... Oh, we got Paris in the house. There's my man right there. Paris, did you watch the latest? Everybody say hi to Paris, by the way. Paris is a lovely human being, folks. And we spent the whole weekend together. I mean, not like every minute. He was off doing, you know, business stuff and meetings and interviews and all that kind of jazz. He was extremely busy. However, for all the times that I did see him, he was such a lovely, charming, wonderful man. And everybody say hi to him because he's an amazing human being. Like I said, you know what? And this is something I'm going to be talking about a little bit later in the show. However, I'm going to bring it up right now. And the one thing that I was going to say, bringing it into the show, is that with all the console warring and the bullshit... by the way, sorry, before I get into all that. Paris, you are in the video when you're sitting with King David eating lunch. It's in day 3. Because I did 4 vlogs, right? So day 3, when we're actually at the Days of Play, and we went to, like, you know, that food truck area, and you're sitting, like, it's like, I kind of panned the camera across. I had Lord Addict next to me. Hargeet was on my left. And I was sitting there, and I was panning the camera across. Cognito was standing up, and then as I panned down, you were like in like this mid-heated discussion with King David. Because King David was there, and you were sitting directly across from me. So you were in there. And ladies and gentlemen, just to check out the man's muscles, you know what I'm saying? He's got this shirt cut up over here. He wore it too tight on purpose to show off the gun show. I know what he was doing. And he's sitting there talking to King David, and his gigantic arms are just like chilling there. My wife loves him. She thinks he's very handsome. But she can't have him. He's all mine. So there it is. Yeah, that new console does look awesome, Fuzzy Tomato. It certainly does. But yes. And before we get into some more stuff we're going to talk about tonight, we got Grumpy Old Fart coming in with an unbelievable $100 super chat. Let's go! Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. Unbelievable. This man is a maniac, ladies and gentlemen. For $100, he says, get Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis Mag half today, other half next week. Let's go! That's it. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. You get all of the shout-outs there.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's right. I'd buy that for $1 too. Thank you, Grumpy Old Fart. Unbelievable, man. And hot off the heels of that, I see more red in the chat. It is beyond belief. I can't believe what's going on tonight. Seth Monsters comes in and drops another $100 in the super chat, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! I can't even do the show. Unbelievable.
I'd buy that for $1.
Let's go. And Seth Monster says, here's the other half. It's about time Grumpy Old Fart and I join forces to shower you with games. Let's go. Unreal. Thank you, guys. Woo. Hold on. I might have to change out of this hoodie, man. I'm sweating my balls off right now. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Thank you, Seth Monsters and Grumpy Old Fart. That's unbelievable, you guys. And Ambidextrous comes in and drops a $5 super chat. Let's go. He goes, was Black Flag shown at the showcase? How did you think it's going to perform? Ambidextrous, I did not see it at the showcase. Oh, no, sorry, they did. They showed a trailer at the Keeley's, at the Keeley event, the Summer Games Fest. They showed a trailer for it. And, so excited for that. And it's going to do really well. The pre-orders of, like, the special edition already sold out, Ambidextrous. And on top of that, pre-orders are, like, really performing right now. So I think it's going to be absolutely, it's going to be a big hit for Ubisoft. And you know what? Why not? It's a fantastic game. It's going to be a fantastic game. This remake's going to be even more fantastic than the original. So, and by the way, I will say this. Yes, Seth Monsters dynamic duo. Yeah, the Seth Monsters and Grumpy Old Fart. Let's go. Yes.
I'd buy that for $1.
Funky Playbox, he's asking if Rand was just was there or a cartoon avatar. He was not there. He was sadly not there. Jez was there, and he was very nice to hang out with. I had some beers with Jez and had some lovely conversation. It was a lot of fun. So Jez was there. Yes, absolutely. So Ambidextrous, yes, it's going to do incredibly well, and it did show the trailer. Now, the interesting thing is the trailer that they did show, and I know that they listened to feedback, folks. Okay, because the trailer that they did show at Keeley's Summer Games Fest had blood in the trailer. It had blood in the trailer because everybody's like, "Where's the blood?" Like they're just showing like like a sword slice and then dude just falls over, whatever. But I think that they edit some of that out for certain trailers because they're like, "Oh, it is what it's going to be or whatever." Team Leader, how you doing, buddy? And anyways, they show blood in the trailer this time, so I think that they like I said, they edited out. Like for example, when you watch like Resident Evil Requiem for the Switch 2, for example, right? There was no blood in those trailers. Nintendo made sure that all the blood was removed from those trailers. So you see like Leon just absolutely waxing people's asses and taking people out, and not an ounce of blood, right? Because they just asked for it to be, edited out for their showcases or whatever. So I don't know. But either way, they did show blood in this one. So at the Keeley event, if you go back and you watch it on the Summer Game Fest, you'll actually see that there was blood in that trailer. Mr. Santo renews his membership. A member for 6 months as a top-tier maggot. Thank you for that, and thank you for your super chat as well. Oh, by the way,
Welcome to hell!
gotta do this.
Motherfucker!
There it is. And he says, seem like you're not finishing early tonight. Yeah, Mr. Santo, I would never walk away from the maggots. And then he said, then Grumpy Old Fart comes in with another $5 super chat. Let's go! The man has given me his life savings, ladies and gentlemen. It's unbelievable. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart. He says, I heard beer. Here's one on me, and this is my last penny, so don't spill or waste any. Oh, man, you didn't have to do that. But thank you, brother. You are an amazing human being. And the things you've done for this channel have been legendary. All of you. Absolutely incredible. Seth Monsters, you are another psychotic human being. Love you too, man. And yes, and like I said, guys, now, well, it's official. Of course, you're going to get Gears of War on this channel, courtesy of the Maggots. You're getting a whole bunch of games. Wolverine is already coming to this channel. We're also going to be playing Star Wars Galactic Racer. We'll get into that a little bit later. And we got Tomb Raider donated to the channel as of tonight as well. So it's absolutely amazing. What's up, Iron Storm? How you doing, man? Otaku, how are you? Otaku sent to the chat. He says Marvel's Wolverine took all the blood from every other game. Yeah, exactly. They had to filter it off into the other channels, folks. But anyways, I want to give something out here, okay? And this is going to be a very simple thing. I'm just working off my chat here, so it may not come up the same way that it will for your chat. Okay? So, what it is. What's up, Beast Mode? How you doing? Meat Puppets in the house. Thank you so much, Grumpy Old Fart, by the way. So what I want to do is, because of the 25th anniversary thing, I'm going to give away this. I'm going to mail it to whoever gets this. Right here, folks. They gave me this, and it's an X25, and what it is, they're buttons, obviously, of every single insignia that Xbox has ever created. Okay, there it is. I'll put it a little closer so you guys can see it. And yeah, they gave that to us. I'm sure Paris got his as well. And so it's they're buttons of every single insignia that Xbox has ever released, including the new one you see at the bottom from our dear friend Asha. There it is. All right, so there it is, folks, and I will be giving that away to somebody. So we'll have to talk behind the. Yeah, the pins are amazing, man. So what I ask for, there's going to be two stipulations here. One, you got to be a channel member. All right, this is for the maggots, and this is no disrespect to anybody else. I'm just saying, this is for the maggots. Okay, because you guys are absolutely amazing. The first person to answer this in the chat gets this shit. All right, what was the official North American release date of the original Xbox? First one I see in the chat that comes in that. Yeah, exactly. Right.
I'd buy that for $1.
All right, put in the chat the first name that shows up in the chat. Even if you write it first, but whatever shows up first in the chat and a channel member, you'll get that. So I'll just sit here and wait. I know it'll only take a second. Let's see who gets it. And then I will mail it to you. It better not be an Australian. What's up, Grandpa Barbecue? How you doing, buddy? It better not be an Australian. North American, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Maverick has nailed it. He was the first. He was the first one. He was the Dova. Dova. No, you wrote it in first, but you wrote it in wrong. The first one that got it right was Maverick himself, and he gets it. Let's go. Maverick wins it. Maverick has won the commemorative Xbox pins of every single Xbox insignia ever released. All right, so there it is, Maverick. Congratulations. You are getting all of that jazz. And actually, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to give you this too. How about this? You guys want this? I'll give this to you, Maverick, as well. I'll just throw it in the box. I'll just throw it in the package with you. It's, what's it called? The Blood of Dawn Walker, and it's a suit pin that you put on your suit. So if you're going out and you're trying to get all fancy, you could put on the little Blood of Dawn Walker pin on there as well, and I will put that in the envelope for you. However, Maverick, what you're gonna have to do is after the show is done, I want you to DM me with an address you feel comfortable to give me or whatever, and I will send that to you. So congratulations to Maverick for getting the commemorative Xbox pins. I will send them to you free of charge, my friend, to you. To whatever address you send me, and I'll make sure it gets down to you, okay? I'm assuming you're in the U.S., so, yeah. Or wherever the hell you are. Thank God it wasn't Australia. Jesus Christ. Would have cost me like $190,000 to send it on to send it to the... What's up, Sadius? How you doing? Anyways. One of the first super chats that we got. There we go. Yep. Congratulations, Mav. Yeah, he was the first channel member to get it right. There were dates in there that were there before him, but the dates were wrong. I asked for North American. I should have been a smart ass and asked for like the Australian release date or something. That would have been funny. Hey, no problem, Maverick. No problem. Thank you for all the support. Thank you guys all for all the support. Winner of the Super Nerd Award, Funky Playbox. Oh my God. Hey, Richard, how are you, man? So someone asked earlier in the super chat, says, what was my most cherished moment? My most cherished moment, honestly, okay, so here's the thing. I have a lot, you guys know I have a lot of anxiety issues, right? And this is my very first time, by the way. Can you imagine this? 51 years old. I'm 51 years old, and I have never traveled alone. Ever. What's up, CDB? Ever. So my anxiety was super high. Now, I don't like flying. So my anxiety was even higher. All right? So you can imagine how stressful this trip was for me to do it on my own. I was like this. Ghost Gaming? Nice to see you, brother. You want the 25th anniversary Xbox? Yeah, I will do a whole unboxing, don't worry. Bean, how you doing? So I was already having trouble with the trip as well. Like I was hiding it very well. Yes, I was excited to go, obviously, but I was also shitting my pants, okay? Because like I'm by myself. I know I'm 51 years old. I'm a man, okay? I get all that. And like I got to be a man and be like, just go. You know what I mean? But like I was like, even when I did the first vlog and I was sitting in the airport at 5 a.m. by myself, as I'm sure you guys saw with the vlog, and I'm like this, man. I'm shaking. I'm shaking like my legs were shaking, everything else. I'm scared to fly. I'm by myself. Again, nobody to talk to. And whatever else, and I was just like sitting there, and I'm gonna be staying alone for 5 days in a hotel room. So like, it's not like I'm staying with somebody, be like, hey, you know, like have a roommate or something. No, it's just me. So I'm like, even when, you know, at the end of each day, I'm going back to an empty room by myself, and I'm just like, you know, walking around. I'm just like, oh, you know what I mean? No, I didn't drink at all, Satius, because I knew that I was gonna be drinking that night. So I didn't drink it. I didn't drink anything on the plane. I drank water. That's basically it. And I had a bag of almonds, barbecue almonds, and then they gave me like a protein bar on the plane, you know, because they don't. But Air Canada's amazing. I mean, so anyways, I get down there. So I flew a Dreamliner, and if anybody knows what a Dreamliner ship is, it's a brand new ship, airplane, and it's huge. It's got 9 rows, like I mean, across. Right, so 3, 3, and 3 with big, huge aisles and everything else. I get on this thing, and I swear to God, I thought it was the Starship Enterprise. It was incredible. It had like computer screens on the walls and shit, and like the flight crews walking up like they're like, you know, like I mean, like they're raising the shields on the Enterprise. It's like, Wolf, raise shields. You know what I mean? And they're like, I was like, this is a spaceship. It's a spaceship. It was incredible. Anyways, we get on this thing, we take off, right? You know, I didn't feel a goddamn thing on that plane. No turbulence, no nothing. I was just like, oh, I even fell asleep for 30 minutes. Can you imagine that? What's up, Geppetto? I even fell asleep on the plane for about 30 minutes. Now, normally, here's the funny part. So the captain comes on after we're like already like, you know, after the takeoff and all that jazz. And, you know, like they take the seatbelt sign off and he says, yeah, the flight's normally about 5 hours and 20 minutes, something like that, right? He goes, we're going to get there an hour earlier. And I'm thinking to myself, how the hell are we getting there an hour earlier? And I realized what happened. I talked to a pilot after I had landed that the Dreamliner can actually go significantly higher than other planes do. So it goes almost into like just under the stratosphere. This is very fascinating stuff. Now, didn't make me feel any better, but I'm just saying, like, you know, because I don't like being all the way up there. But either way, it flies just around the stratosphere of the planet. And the air is very thin up there, so there's no resistance. There's no turbulence because there's no wind. Because you're practically in outer space, for God's sake, right? So there's no wind. And because the air is so thin, it allows the craft to fly even faster. So we got there in 4 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, like a Concorde effect, Richard, exactly. It was incredible. However, the ride home was Air Canada's awesome. I mean, they're one of the best. They're expensive as hell, but they're one of the best. Anyways, the one home, the plane was half the size, and we were going through the mountains of Midwestern America, and the turbulence was so fucking bad, I thought I was going to die. I was scared shitless. So it was brutal on the way back. Even the captain came on to apologize for the turbulence because he said it was going to be bad. And I'm like, great. Now, I'm sure you guys saw it on social media where I was actually sitting with, I get in my chair and I see a guy sitting next to me wearing this shirt, right? This hoodie. And I pointed at it and I'm like, I didn't look at his face yet because the hoodie, he had the hood up, right? So I pointed at him, I'm like, hey, I go, you were there? I go, I was there yesterday too. He takes the hoodie off like fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? He takes the hoodie off. He's like, hello there. He takes the hoodie off. And it's Macca from Macca's Guides. The world famous Macca. Yeah, CDB, no joke, man. 4 hours and 15 minutes. This thing went insane. So, like, we were all the way in the atmosphere, and we saved an hour. So the funny thing is, the people picking me up at the airport, I had to tell them, I'm like, guys, I'm here an hour earlier. And they're like, what? Because, like, I had the schedule. And I'm like, dude, I was on this magical spacecraft. Yes, exactly. So Macca is, of all the people on the plane and all the places that I'm on the plane, Macca, he's not even just on the same plane. He's sitting next to me. It was hilarious. It was funny because when we were flying back, it looked like an arcade in our row because it was me playing the Switch 2. I was playing Resident Evil Requiem on the Switch 2. And he's playing his ROG Ally X on his tray. And like both of us playing video games back and forth. It was pretty funny. And then, I told him, I said, dude, I can he's like, I don't want to play too much of it because the battery will, he says he'd play for a bit, give it a break, go back to it, and then he'd play with his phone for a bit. That kind of thing, right? And I told him, I said, well, lucky for you, which of course he never used it. I ended up giving it to the hot girl next to me, is that I had a portable battery pack, like a portable charger. Yeah, I'm still jet lagged, Desert Cruiser. I'm all messed up, man. So yeah, I have a portable battery thing that lasts for like hours and hours. So you could charge your cell phones, you could charge your gaming consoles. And it's a beautiful, the thing weighs like 15 pounds and it's only the size of a wallet. And you just plug your shit in and you could just play unlimited, like with your battery fully charged. It's awesome. So when I got out of the plane, just to give you an example, my phone was charged to 100% and my Switch 2 was still at 100% with me playing for 4.5 hours. And it was still at 100%. This battery thing is an absolute must buy if you travel anywhere and you want your gaming stuff like fully charged. I offered it to Maka. I'm like, Maka, just plug it in, dude. I'm like, you'll have like an unlimited power source for the entire flight. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And then even when I was done all that, so it was like 5 hours plugged into this portable battery charger. The battery charger was still at 60%. So like you could probably do like a 12 or 14 hour trip and still be at 100% full charge with this battery charger thing. Incredible. Love it. Yes, Beast Mode, I did get one of those Xboxes. Here, I'll get it for you. Hold on. I had to stand up anyway. Because I was getting, my ass was getting all stuck to the chair. So all the screaming and stuff and wearing a hoodie in the middle of summer, I'm sweating my balls off over here. It doesn't have a name on it. Oh, no, it does. PD30W. Here, this is it right here. It's actually at 55% now. And I never charged it once since I left Toronto. Can you imagine that? Look at this thing. Beast of a machine. And I had this thing plugged in. I had my cell phone, because it's got 4 plugs in it, right? So I had my cell phone plugged into it the entire time, and that was going. And I had the Switch 2 plugged in there the entire time. And then the hot girl next to me was looking for a plug for her laptop, and then I was like, well, she's kind of hot, so what am I supposed to say? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? So I gave her the battery for the second half of it. I was like, here, you take it. So she took it for like an hour. And then, of course, she kissed me, and then I had to tell her I was married. I don't know. It was very uncomfortable. Just kidding. Anyways, so anyways, we get there. So let's talk about that. So we get there, and I settle in and all that jazz. And then we go out for dinner. So now I told you guys about the anxiety thing, right? So I get into the Marriott where the other guys were staying. I was staying just across the street near LA Live, where the crypto arena is, where the Lakers play, right? And I'm over there, so I just walk over. It's like a 3-minute walk. So I walk over, I go to the lobby of the bar right before everybody goes out for dinner. And there's a place called the Yard House where everybody goes, right? And we went over there. And it's like a bar and grill kind of joint, you know what I mean? Like a casual sports bar or whatever. You know, you get burgers and beer and all that shit. So anyways, I see everybody there, and I was so overwhelmed by meeting everybody, I almost fainted. I swear to God, I was shaking everybody's hands. I was all hyper. I was like hugging everybody. Colt jumped in. We both hugged each other, and Mr. Boomstick and everybody else. Kea Sante. Let me tell you something. Kea Sante is a wild man, okay? This guy was fucking jazzed from the minute I walked in there to the minute we parted. That man was nothing but energy. Unbelievable energy on that man. Everybody was there. Paris was there. Everybody was there. The Iron Lords. The Iron Lords were staying in the hotel with me, by the way. Not with me, but we were in the same hotel, so I bumped into them quite a bit. Usually, whenever I went down to the lobby, the Iron Lords were all hanging out there and stuff. So it was awesome, man. Anyways, and I was so overwhelmed and so overstimulated by meeting literally 30 people at once, and then we went out to dinner. I had to go outside for a bit and sit down, and Colt comes out, right? And he's like, dude, you all right, man? And I'm like, yeah, no, dude, I'm freaking the fuck out right now. I'm like, I need 5 minutes. And then he's like, yeah, I could tell you were like, you seemed like you were a little bit jittery. And I'm like, yeah, because I was so overwhelmed by meeting all these personalities that we normally do shows with, because it's kind of weird. Like, you see this, right? By the way, I pulled Hargeet's beard, so everybody knows. I pulled his beard and took a picture of it. So I was so overwhelmed by all of it. Like, I was just like, I got dizzy and stuff. So I'm like, I got to go sit down. So I went outside. I sat down for 5 minutes. Colt hung out with me for 5 minutes. Went back in, and we partied all night. Once I got over that hump, it was go time, baby. And then I was drinking gigantic beers. They were like this big. They were like these huge, like, flasks of beer. And they required 2 hands. And I'm like this. Yeah. Clip that, guys. Clip that. What? Yeah. And just pounding beers, having a great time. And it was awesome, man. That was a great night. So, yeah. What's up, Snippy Luck? How you doing, man? Sorry, I had to refresh the chat. Yeah, this fucking Streamlabs tonight is really pissing me off, man. It'll always be the Staples Center. I know, Terrell Skull. I know. These stupid-ass names. See, the chat froze up on me, so something's going on the network side of things. It's not me. Like I said, it's not me, so something funky was going on, and I think it's because the chat has to go through Streamlabs for me to see it. I don't look at the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat is over there on another screen, but I don't look at that. I just have that up there so I could see, like, the health of the live stream. But what I'm seeing directly in front of me is a Streamlabs one. Even that one froze. So Streamlabs ever since, yeah, not the beard! Exactly, you know? Yeah. So obviously Streamlabs, since that massive update, has been sort of like shaky legs. Yeah. Z-Birdman, what's up? The battery pack, again, it's called PD30W. I don't know what the fuck that means. My wife bought it. I don't know. It's right there. This thing is dope, man. It's amazing. And like I said, I never charged this. I used this the whole weekend, and I use it on the plane there and back, and it's still at 55%. This thing is a monster. Apparently, it can run up to like 22 hours or something like that before you have to charge it again. I'm at like 22 hours. But anyways. So yeah, we did that the first night. It was awesome. Got partied, got wasted. Went back to the room. And then, of course, hey, get to bed. Or at least pretend to get to bed. I couldn't get to bed because the time difference screwed me up, right? So it messed me all up. And then I just lay there. And, of course, thank God they had the Harry Potter marathon playing the entire weekend on one of the hotel channels, just nonstop playing the movies like all in a row. It was awesome. And then as soon as they finished the last movie, they went back to the first movie, and I'm like, thank God. So at least I had that going on in the background. Then we had to get up early because right away at the crack of ass, 8 a.m., got to go back to the Marriott, meet everybody, and then we got to have to go all the way down to Hollywood. Hollywood. So we had to go to Hollywood. Yes, spooning with Colt. Oh, bad dreams. How you doing, man? Arch War Angels in the house. How you doing, man? Jardel. No, it's not YouTube, dude. It's Jardel. It's not the YouTube app. The YouTube app is fine, and everything else is fine. It's Streamlabs that's been, you know. Raven Gaming Forge. How you doing, man? Can I ask if Gears of War went back to exclusives? So what does that mean for the remakes of Gears 2 and 3? Good question. And guess what? I forgot to ask.
You're fired! What?
That is a really good question, Raven. And you know what? I wish I had gotten that question before I left, because I totally would have asked that question. I don't give a shit. I'll ask them right to their faces. I didn't get to talk to Asha long, but we'll get to that in a minute. Oh, I'll tell you, gangster, no problem, man. Hey, Devil Dog, how you doing? I saw you send me a couple DMs. I just never got to them yet. I will get to it, brother. But how you doing, Devil Dog? So, yeah. Yes, Asha was all there. She was all there. But anyways, so we get to Keeley's event, right? So, beautiful Dolby Theater. We're in downtown Hollywood. We're checking out the Walk of Fame. And you'll never believe this. This is really funny. And, yeah, I got to take a picture with her, Dova. I'm standing on a Hollywood star, right? You know, on the Walk of Fame. That's right outside the Dolby Theater. That's where the Academy Awards are held. And, you know, like 2 doors down is like Mann's Chinese Theater, which, of course, was the very first Star Wars movie ever shown, was there in 1977. And all the Star Wars movies subsequently at Mann's Chinese Theater.
There is a great disturbance.
You know what I mean? So all the Star Wars movies, originally 1977, Mann's Chinese Theater, all the biggest movies ever released were all shown there. You know what I mean? It was awesome.
It is your destiny.
To stand on those places. But anyways, I'm standing on this star, right? And my entourage, we were all hanging out together, right? It was myself, Holly, Colt's wife, Colt. We had a couple other people joining us, whatever. Like, people just came in and out because there's like 30, 35 of us, like, all together, right? And, so we were like the core four, and then other people would kind of join us for a bit and drop out. Anyway, they're all laughing at me. I'm like, what? What the hell's so funny? And I look down at the star I'm standing on, and it was P. Diddy's. I was standing on P. Diddy's, Hollywood Walk of Fame star. It was so funny. So I looked down. I'm like, oh shit. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to my brother. I'm like, I'm standing out. So my brother writes me back. He goes, I'm surprised you didn't slip and fall with all the baby oil on it. So anyways, we get into the Keeleys. What a beautiful theater, by the way. The Dolby Theater, where they do the Academy Awards. Incredible theater. We were about 20 rows back, so we were nice and close. It was wonderful. Trailers were excellent. And what was great is when they showed the first trailer, and I'm sitting there watching it. Colt's on my left, and I had nobody sitting on my right, actually. It was an empty seat, thank God, because I like to lean out a little bit, right? And I'm sitting there leaning, and there's this like scene, whatever, and this door opens, and you see that old lady. She's like, oh, hello, why don't you come on in? And as soon as I saw that face, I didn't say it to Colt. I just said it out loud. I just said, that's Capcom animation. Like, immediately, like a snap of the finger, I knew that was Capcom animation. And I'm like, that's Capcom animation. I'm like, how the hell are they showing a new Resident Evil already? They just released Requiem like 3 months ago. Like, how the hell is this happening? And the crowd was, I swear to God, you could not hear a pin drop in this theater. It was dead. I mean, of course, you guys wouldn't hear that. You're just hearing the audio from the trailers, right? I'm in there. And when the talking is going on, right? Like, the characters are talking and shit like that. And you don't, I swear to God, you could hear a pin drop. Because I think the theater was thinking the same thing. That is like, is this something from Capcom? Because it looks like Capcom Resident Evil style animation. Like the animations they've had from like Resident Evil 7, 8, Requiem, right? And the remakes. And it looked just like it. And then all of a sudden when it had like that scary music, that boom, and it just said boom, and it showed like the Veronica thing. I swear to God, I thought that theater was going to collapse. I got scared. Hey, Shabooks, how you doing, man? I literally got terrified. I was scared. I was like, oh my God. Like, I put my hands up like this because the eruption in that theater was so insane. And when it said, and by the way, it's no longer called, can someone in the chat answer this for me? Why is Resident Evil now no longer called Code Veronica? Now it's just called Resident Evil Veronica. Ion Storm says Dusk Golems has been going on about it with his leaks. Yes, true. I just didn't expect it to open the show, but my God, it opened the show. It was incredible. Does anybody know why they dropped the name Code? Ion Storm, I know you would know. Like you know, like this random ass information. So see if you can help me out. Ion Storm's great for that, folks. If you want some like little tiddly bit of information about a video game that no one else will fucking know, this man will know. Somehow he knows. Ion Storm, see if you know, or anybody. So now it's just called Resident Evil Veronica instead of Code Veronica. But anyways, they showed a bunch of stuff. Obviously, we don't have to go through all the stuff they showed. You guys watched the damn show. I'm just going to tell you what happened in the theater, which got the most reactions. Snoop Dogg coming out on stage, that was another huge moment. Like literally you can hear like the air get sucked out of the room when Snoop Dogg came out. It was unbelievable. So Snoop Dogg came out, he did his thing for the Stranger Than Heaven game that's coming out. There were actually, surprisingly, and I'm not going to name names, obviously, but there were a lot of people out there in the audience after, like when we had like our little soiree afterwards, and a lot of people were pissed off about the Tupac thing, and not because it was like some East Coast West Coast thing. They were pissed off because there were a lot of people out there who thought it was kind of disrespectful to sort of market a dead guy. You know what I mean? So like there were a lot of, like some people were like jazzed about like, oh my God, Tupac, and then a lot of people were like, nah, man, I don't know about that. Like let the dead let the dead rest, kind of. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it was a bit of a thing. So like I said, it was very divided after the show, like, you know, talking amongst all the other YouTubers and stuff like that. Oh, by the way, speaking of like all the people that were there, industry people and everything else like that, on the Thursday night, you guys are going to laugh out of this, I went outside to go, not when I had the anxiety issue. Afterwards, I went out to do a little bit of vaping or whatever, right? When I was on like my 7th pint and I'm like, oh, feeling good now. What's up, Pat Smith? How you doing, man? What is Snoop Dogg's gamer tag? I have no idea. I have no idea. I should find that out. Anyways, I'm out there doing a vape or whatever, right? And I'm talking to somebody else. Not Cold this time. Someone else came out and joined me. And I was kind of like leaning back and I bumped into someone's like the high tops, like, you know, like the high top bar tables, like where the high stools are. And I kind of like bumped him. I was like, oh shit, sorry. And I didn't even turn around. I didn't hit him. I just bumped the chair because I kind of backed up a little bit, right? Anyways, when we went back inside and I turned to see who it was, it was Jason Schreier. Yep. It was Jason Schreier, so I bumped into Jason Schreier, like, but I didn't even turn around. Like, it's not like I hit him. I just bumped his chair, and I just kind of said sorry. I'm Canadian, right? So, you know, we say sorry about everything. So I said sorry without even turning. I'm like, oh, sorry. And I just walked forward a little bit. But then when I walked back inside, and I opened the door to go back inside the bar, I looked and I saw it. I was going, oh, fuck, it's Jason Schreier. It was kind of funny. And guess who he was sitting with, by the way? So there's Jason Schreier sitting there, and as I'm going inside, and I see the guy he was talking to facing him. They're both having a drink together, hanging out. And it was Christopher Dring. So that was pretty neat. Dova said I should have bumped this chair again. Yeah. So it was Chris Dring and Jason Schreier were sitting there having a couple of beers together. So, you know, the whole thing was very surreal. That's what I was kind of getting at, like this whole thing. Is that everywhere you turn, there was like a YouTube celebrity. It was kind of wild. Or like an industry celebrity or something like that. Like I was sitting there talking to somebody. And then this, by the way, this is like 2 days before I met him on the damn plane. And I'm talking to somebody and there's Jason Schreier. Or not Jason Schreier, Jesus Christ. There's Maka sitting next to me. He's talking to Colt. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Maka. And then I turn around and my cheeks hurt from so many pictures because there was a lot of fans and stuff there too, right? And people who are not YouTubers. But it was really weird. I'm not even considered like famous yet at all by any means compared to these guys. But every 5 seconds, someone would like run in and be like, Meg, I love you, what you do. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then people just run and be like, Meg, I love your stuff. Can I take a picture? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So we take selfies, pictures, whatever. And I would do the same thing with people, you know, other YouTubers and shit like that and people I love. And dude, like this constant, like, the constant smiling shit in the pictures, holy crap. When I got back to the hotel, I was exhausted. Anyways, let's get back to the Keeley thing. So the biggest reaction we got out of the theater, without question, that I legitimately thought, like, first of all, I thought the Resident Evil thing was an explosion. I can tell you this, and me being one of them, because I actually screamed like a girl. I screamed like a girl because I didn't expect it. I did not see this coming at all because I heard it was canceled. But by far, the biggest bomb drop that day was Teenage Mutant Ninja Mother Effin' Turtles, The Last Ronin! Unbelievable. What's up, 78? How you doing, buddy? I missed you, man. Maritime Mafia's in the house. It's all good, man. You didn't miss much. Tell your gangster. He goes, you're not famous, you're a legend. No, but it was fun, though. It was fun. So, anyways, we did the Keeley thing. The Keeley thing was awesome. But by far, The Last Ronin was the biggest crowd reaction you were ever going to get. Now, the thing is, I didn't film it, which really sucks for me because I would have loved to put that as a reaction, like, you know, in-theater reaction. You guys saw I posted one about Gears. I posted one about Final Fantasy and how people were reacting to all that stuff, right?
Oh!
And but I didn't know what the hell I was watching. Like I didn't, you know what I mean? And I also missed the Code Veronica one. I just caught the tail end after Keeley came back out and talked about it, but I missed the trailer because I didn't have my camera ready because I'm like, I'm just watching the show, right? I'm there. And same thing with The Last Ronin, and I kicked myself in the ass going, God damn it, Mag, that would have been one to film. The eruption Exactly, Desert Cruiser. He says, I remember news of that being canceled. Exactly. The eruption in that theater, I swear to God, must have caused like a 7.0 on the Richter scale. Like earthquake. It was unbelievable. Yeah, Platinum Games too, yeah. So there it is. Yeah, so it was wild. So that was by far the biggest reaction of the day was Last Ronin, and I'm so jazzed for that game. I can't believe it. I don't give a shit how long it takes to make it. Just make it. Just make it. That's all I want. And Final Fantasy VII Revelation. That was a big reveal, and that was huge too. That was another one, and then that got a hell of a response, but not as big as the Last Ronin. And I think it's because everybody was under the impression, myself included. Thank you, Cyber Gunter. Cyber Gunter in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We sat across from each other. He was there at the Xbox show. It was nice to meet Cyber Gunter in person. Say hi to him in the chat. Yeah, it was awesome, man. And yeah, where I was sitting at the Xbox showcase. We were about 10 rows up. We were right in the front, and we were about 10 rows up or so, and then right across from me was Cyber Gunter sitting on the other aisle seat. I can't sit in the very middle of a big theater. Like, Colt, like, saved me a spot, and I'm like, I can't do this, dude. I'm like, I'm too claustrophobic, because if I have to get up, I'm going to freak the fuck out, because I got like 19 people on this side, 19 people on this side. So I sat by myself on the very end, and Cyber was right there on the other side. It was nice meeting him. By the way, what's funny is that you know how many people I did meet over the weekend that I had no idea who the hell they were because I'm not used to seeing their faces. Now, YouTubers, obviously, because I've done, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours with these people, I know your face.
Welcome
so I
to
see
hell.
somebody from a mile away, I'm like, hey, whatever. Or, like, for example, like even Saturday, we'll get to Saturday in a minute. And, like Skill Up was like standing like right over there eating tacos. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Skill Up. And he's like, whatever. I recognize those faces. But so many people that I don't know, like, people that I talked to in the chat, maggots were there, even other just people that like, like watch YouTubes or fans or friends or whatever. I'm so used to just seeing your name. So they come up to me and they're like, hey, Mag. And I'm just staring at them blankly. And they're
Welcome
like,
to hell.
oh, and then they realize that I have no idea who they are. And they're, oh, I'm this. And I'm like, oh shit, it's you. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So like now I have faces to names. You know what I'm saying? Like Fark U is another one. Fark U is in the chat always with Colt. And I can tell you this, Fark U and I became pretty good friends over the last like 5 days or so. We would hang out and have drinks together. We'd sit in the lobby of the hotel, the bar at the hotel, and have drinks and yip yap and this and that. We became good friends over that trip. So now, but I never knew what he looked like. I never knew what Fark U looked like. I had no idea what Cyber Gunter looked like. Well, I kind of did with Cyber, but not the, you know what I mean? Like I did this staring, and I'm like, oh, Cyber Gunter, oh, and then like some other people out there too. It was awesome. So, anyways, that was so then we left the Keeleys, and then directly after that, we had to go down the street to the Roosevelt Hotel, the world famous, legendary Roosevelt Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard. So we left Dolby, went over there. And that's where IOI Interactive, which, by the way, we can't talk about too much about it, about what we saw, but IOI Interactive had a 007 and Hitman, exhibition. It was awesome. I can tell you certain details. I can tell you nothing about what we saw. We were not allowed to film anything. We were not allowed to, no cameras, no snaps, no pictures, no anything. And we can't talk about it. So in July, when they lift the embargoes on everything, we could talk about that stuff. You're going to hear that more frequently throughout the night. So we went into that. They had food. They had drinks. I made myself a nice tea. I sat down. We went to go to the presentation. The CEO of IOI was there and stuff. He talked about Hitman and the new expansion. He talked about the remaster that was coming out. They finally officially announced it, so we're allowed to talk about it now. But during the show, we weren't allowed to talk about it until they announced it first. They were very clear on that. It was kind of funny. So anyways, they're doing a remaster of the original 3. So that's amazing that they're going to go back and do those. And then on top of that, they talked about 007. Big surprises. They brought out, except for Bond himself, they brought out all the other main actors were actually there in the flesh. They were there in Hollywood. And they sat down and they did like a whole Comic-Con kind of panel. That was really cool. So they did that, and then interviewed them. They're really funny, especially the guy who plays Green, Bond's mentor there. He was hilarious. He's a funny guy, but he's a great actor anyway. I remember him all the way back from, remember guys in the 90s when he was in the movie Snatch, the Guy Ritchie movie, with Brad Pitt and all that. He was in there, and he was one of the robbers. Remember that? One of the 3 guys that were trying to steal the gem. And they're like, can you see in there? He goes, I'm sorry, I can't see that far. I forgot my fucking binoculars in the other car. Yeah, him, he was awesome. And anyway, that was great. After we did that, went up to the rooftop of the hotel. They had this secret entrance to the rooftop. And then on the rooftop, they had like a live, like a smoky jazz trio playing with this woman dressed up in a 1930s like a dress, like red dress. And she had like the 1930s hairdo and shit. And she was singing like all this like smoky, like James Bond style jazz music and stuff. And the guys in the back playing their instruments. And it was all overlooking the Hollywood Hills. They had food. They had unlimited booze. And we're up there schmoozing with all these people. It was awesome, man. They even had the camera. I'm sure you guys saw it. Doing the glamour shots and all that kind of stuff. Hip Hop Gamer was there. That man is a trip, man. Hip Hop Gamer is absolutely hilarious. Him and I, like, we hung out, I don't know, like 18 times over every time, like every hour, he would like be right behind me, be like, yo, Mag, you back again? And he'd be like all up in my face, and we'd be like, hanging out and stuff. And he was such a cool guy. That man's got energy for days. I've never seen anything like it. It's absolutely unbelievable. What a great guy. So anyways, yeah. So that and then after that, we had dinner at Madame Tussauds, and then we went home. That was it. That was it for Friday. So yeah, Thursday night, Friday night, awesome days. And then Saturday, we had Days of Play. Now, this one's going to be a little bit more tricky for me to talk about because a lot of stuff, we are under embargo until at least July. And then the companies will email us and they'll send us B-roll of stuff we either played or watched, right? Because not everything we got hands-on, but a lot of stuff we got to watch. And then stuff we did get hands-on. But again, they will email us the B-roll of all the stuff that we did so that we could put in videos and all that. Oh. Sorry, I just stretched my back. So yeah, I can't talk about that until they send me an email saying, oh, by the way, now you could talk about whatever. But I'm allowed to tell you what games I played. And don't bother, I'll tell you this right now, Mag, it's okay. Don't bother asking me in the chat, come on, Mag, blink twice if it was awesome. I'm not doing any of that jazz, because these are legal documents we have to sign, okay? This is serious business, all right? So, like, yeah, I will not answer any of that stuff until I get those emails saying we're allowed to. But before we get into day 3 and we get into the Days of Play, that's what it's called. The third day is called Days of Play. We'll get into that in just a moment, and I'll tell you guys about all the what I played and what I saw there is pretty awesome. But we got some housekeeping to do, ladies and gentlemen, because the maggots don't stop donating, and it's absolutely amazing. We got Maverick coming in, dropping a $5 super chat. Let's go! The man who won the pins, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, let's show those pins one more time for everybody joining late. So Maverick won these, okay? These are commemorative Xbox X25 anniversary. They are pins of every single Xbox insignia ever made, including the new one by Asha herself. I'm sure she didn't design it, but you know what I'm saying. That's the new insignia under her leadership at the very bottom down there, and then these are all the other ones. So that's really cool. So yeah, so he won that. I will be sending that to his home. And then just for fun, I threw this in there because I had it, a Blood of Dawn Walker a suit pin. It's I don't know, they just gave it to me anyway, so I'm like, I'll throw it in the envelope with it. Why not? And Maverick comes in and drops that $5 super chat. He says, I'm seeing Resident Evil Veronica marketed as REV. Do you think Capcom might be retconning or reworking the timeline? I know the OG RE5 is a bit touchy. I don't know. You know what? Listen, man, regardless of whatever, with Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 5 is one of my favorite Resident Evils. I love that game. And the fact that it had co-op done so well, it's such a good game. And it doesn't hurt that Shiva is like really, really easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love the Resident Evil 5. I hope they remake it at some point. And we got Italian Gangster! Let's go! Thank you very much, Maverick. And a thank you, Italian Gangster. That's my man in the house there. How you doing there, buddy?
Oh, no.
I'll play some music for Italian Gangster. There you go, Italian Gangster. You get a little bit of Italian riff in there. And Italian Gangster gifts 5 gifted members, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you so much, Italian Gangster. And for everybody who just joined the channel,
welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell, maggots. You can't escape now. You're here for life. You're here for life. Thank you so much, Italian Gangster. I appreciate it. Oh, Iron Storm's saying something. Hold on, folks. Mag, did you see my reply about Veronica? I did not. Write it again in the chat, dude. Let me see it again. Because the chat kind of flew by on me, man. So I didn't really get to see it. God damn it, I can't... Oh, Iron Storm. Hold on. Oh, the last thing you wrote was, yo, dude. I'm trying to see what you said there. No one really knows... Oh, here we go. I got the answer. No one really knows why. I think it's to continue the new RE title trend of the latest games. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you very much, Ironstorm. Thank you, Maverick, for the super chat, and thank you, Italia Gangster, for the gifted members.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Maganda! There it is. But anyways, yes, there it is, folks. So, yeah. What else we got going on here? Oh, we got Highlander Grimm, a member of 8 months, as a magnificent maggot. Renews his membership and says, "What's up, Mag?" Thank you very much for that, Highlander Grimm. Appreciate it, and glad to see you here, buddy.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell, Highlander. Thank you so much, man. And Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat with 5 Australian didgeridoos comes flying in.
Donation.
There it is. Kissing koalas and killing snakes. That's our Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat. And he says, for 5 Australian dollars, thank you so much, Grandpa Barbecue. And he says, I broke my never pre-order policy. How could you not pre-order Star Wars Zero Company? Oh, come on, yeah. How can you not? Thank you, Highlander Grimm, and thank you, Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat. Appreciate you guys. And we got, the man of the cloth is back, ladies and gentlemen. He did not win, but now it's the second super chat of the night. The man of the cloth, the man who walks with the Lord. Father Alex drops another $2.79. Thank you so much, Father Alex. And he says, will you give away the green... Why would you ask me that question, Alex? That is insanity. He goes, will you give away the green 25th edition Xbox Series X? Yeah! Shit, I can't even read. Let me read that again. He says, will you give away green 25th edition Series X? I will not be giving that away. In fact, I'll be selling it for $10,000. So, thank you so much, Alex. I appreciate you, brother. Pistol Pete's in the house. What's up, man? Oh, look at this. Pistol Pete goes, Mr. Mag, I didn't know you were an AI pony. I kid. Yeah, and that's something I'd like to bring up again, is that this hat, it's for Alien Isolation 2, right? And the problem with Alien Isolation 2 is that the hat looks like I'm just sponsoring AI. Like, you couldn't just put... like the alien insignia with a green egg or some shit, and then underneath put AI2, so that the top of the hat tells you what's going down, right? So you're like, oh, that's alien, and then underneath you see AI2, right? That would make sense. You know what I'm saying? But now you just look at this hat that says AI2. I'm like, I can't walk around with this. Somebody's going to think I'm supporting OpenAI or some shit, and I'm taking everybody's jobs. You know what I'm saying?
You're fired! What?
So you know how it is. By the way, Great Wall, thank you very much for putting the link for all the new channel members, by the way. And speaking of which, we're going to get that in just a minute. Italia Gangster comes in and drops another 5 gifted members in the chat. The man is on fire. Let's go. He's getting them all. He even unlocked a rare achievement. There it is. He gets another one. I even give him a little bit of Asha. Let's go. A little bit of Asha. Thank you so much, Italia Gangster. And look at that, the new channel members. We got 10 new channel members courtesy of Italia Gangster. The man has been a wild man since starting to join the channel. Thank you so much, Italia Gangster. Once again, you get a little bit of a song. Let's go. There you go, Italia Gangster. A little bit of Italian chords for you, buddy. Thank you so much, Italia Gangster, once again for dropping another 5 gifted members in the chat. Mabin, how you doing, buddy? All those new maggots out there?
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Great Wall has kindly put the link to the members-only Discord out in the chat, so you can check that out right now, guys. And on top of that, make sure you thank anybody new channel members out there. Make sure you thank Italia Gangster out there, okay? Make sure you thank him. Greatly appreciated. And channel members, we did a giveaway tonight. For anybody who joined us late, we did the every single generation of Xbox commemorative pins, courtesy of Xbox. That gave this to me, and I gave that away. Won by Maverick, by the way, so he's going to be getting that. That's a pretty cool thing. Cannot be purchased in a store. You had to be there to get this. So they gave that to me, and now it's Maverick's. Now it's belonging to Maverick. Beast Mode Mag, you're tripping tonight. Yeah, I know. I'm like delirious. But it's all good. What's up, Marco? How you doing? Okay, so days of play. Let's get into the days of play. So once again, Friday, once we get back to the hotel, get your ass into your bed, get your ass in your room, pretend to go to sleep. Because, I mean, we hooked up with everybody in, like, the hotel afterwards. Like, usually at the end of the night, everybody hooks up in the hotel, and then we all have, like, a couple of drinks together, and then everybody goes to bed and all that shit. You know. Someone asked me in the chat there for my email. Hold on a second. I saw it there, and it's about, oh, there it is. I see it. The Cornercade. Yeah, Cornercade. I remember you were here the other time. And he goes, what's your email, buddy? I got to get you on the show. Absolutely, you can get me on the show. However, I'm not going to put my email in the chat because that email opens up some doors. Look for me on Twitter. Some doors I don't want some people to open. You know what I'm saying? Look for me on Twitter, Cornercade, middle-aged game guy. That's with a GY at the end, and it'll show up. You type in MIDDLEAGEGAME, it'll show up. You'll see middle-aged game guy. Again, with the GY at the end, and you'll find me there, and it'll show up as the Mag Show. DM me there, and then we could talk. Absolutely, I'll do a thing on the show. So yes, come do that, Cornercade. So anyhow. Jeff Coulter, how you doing, man? No, we did not get any karaoke in, man. It was so busy, and every day was like 16 hours a day that we just didn't have time. And by the time we got to the end, oh, there we go, Cornercade, thank you. We were exhausted. Oh! We were exhausted. But the thing is, you get back to your room, you can't fucking sleep. Because my hotel had like two nightclubs in it, and all you can hear is like all friggin' night. And girls, like, screaming and, like, DJs yelling. It was ridiculous, man. You couldn't sleep. Anyway, I got, like, a couple hours sleep, whatever, like 3 hours sleep, and then whatever. Then we were up again. Days of play. Now we're in Pasadena. So we had to go down. So we went to Hollywood. So we were in downtown LA first day. Second day, we're in Hollywood. La Mag in Hollywood. So we were in Hollywood the second day. Third day, we were in Pasadena. And that was for the days of play. So we get in there, and it's like a whole campus thing, cordoned off by the cops and everything, so no one can get in and out unless you had your, credentials. And I got to have a bunch of, like, everybody, like, everybody was kind of, like, hooking up with each other and stuff, like, before we get there. And then you see everybody sort of scatter like rats all to the different areas of the campus, because the different areas of the campus were the different companies. If you watch my vlog, you would see that, like, Amazon Studios was over here with, like, Crystal Dynamics, and the next building over was, IOI Interactive was there. And the other one was probably Monsters. And the other one was Capcom. The other one, on and on and on, right? So we did all that. I got to be careful. This is where I got to be careful. Colt got to play Tomb Raider. I didn't get in to play Tomb Raider. He got in to play Tomb Raider. However, he gave me that fancy Tomb Raider bag, which he did not have to do, but he did anyway because Colt is a nice, wonderful human being. He knew how much I wanted that thing. What's up, J-Dog? How you doing? Sinless? Arrow Nation's in the house. How you doing, man? So, yeah. So, anyways, I didn't get to play Tomb Raider. He did. I got to see it, and then he got the fancy bag, which was so dope. And what else was there? The Saw game was there. Got to see that. Can't talk about that. So the Saw game was there. I'm sure you saw that, Baducci. So that was pretty cool. And what else did I say? Like I said, I had to skim over a lot of this stuff because they were very strict about it. Like, I mean, like even when, and by the way, here's another one, folks. One I was really looking forward to, and I know Arrow Nation is out there super happy that I did get to play it. I'm sure he's pissed off, and Josh Duckwall as well. I got to play Star Wars Galactic Racer. I wasn't expecting to. I just walked over there, and I saw Colt in an area, and I said, "Hey, Colt, what's going on over there?" And he goes, "Mag!" You know the way he says that? He's like, "Mag, get over here." He shot out like the rope from his arm, went, "Get over here!" And he like pulled me over there, and then I got stopped by like the person at the front. They're like, "Whoosh." They're like, "You're not allowed to enter without an NDA." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just saying hi to my friend." And then she's like, "Do you want to play it?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to play it." I'm like, so of course I had to be the asshole, right? So I'm like, "Sibalba!" I'm like yelling this, right? I'm like, "Sibalba, he always wins." So they gave me like this whole legal form. I had to sign everything, ID, all that shit. And it was all Lucasfilm. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, fuck, the last thing I want to do is get sued by Disney. So yeah, so I had to be careful. So anyways, they finally let me in after I did my thing. And I got to sit down on the couch. And here's the best part. This is what made me laugh. I will say this much. So Colt is playing it first, and then I had the couch after him because they have like a couch. You put on the headphones, you got a controller, and you got the big screen in front of you. And they had like different booths of different people playing them. Celebrities were playing them. So it was really cool. And what I mean by celebrities, I mean like big YouTubers and stuff like that, all there playing the game. Skill Up was playing it, and I'm like, oh, this is so fucking awesome. So anyways, I sit down.
There is a great disturbance in the Force.
I have felt it.
It is unavoidable. It is your destiny.
So anyways. What's up, Lou Bega? How you doing, man? I get to sit down, and I put the headphones on. And this is the funny part. And I wish I took a picture of it, but we weren't allowed to take pictures. So Colt Eastwood was playing Star Wars Galactic Racer with a PS5 controller, baby. Let's go! I was so happy. I was so happy that Colt was forced to play with the PlayStation 5 controller. I don't think I was ever happier. And I'm like, oh my God.
Welcome to hell.
I'm like, please let me take a picture of this. Please let me take a picture of this pony. But they wouldn't let me. No cameras, no pictures, nothing. Satius, I specifically said, you see what he said in the chat? He goes, how was it? I can't say. Great showing in LA. Yeah, man. Yeah, Lubega, it was great. It was awesome. So anyways, I got to sit down. I played Star Wars Galactic Racer for, I guess, about 15 minutes or so. And then I was like, all right, that was awesome. I didn't want to spoil too much. You know what I mean? Like, I want to play a little bit of it, and then I just kind of, like, all right, because there's so much stuff to see. You know how it is. Yeah, Lou Bega, it was so funny. Watch it. Like, I had my, like, cell phone in my hand, and I could, like, just see, like, the lady and, like, the security staring at me, like, don't even think about it.
Welcome to hell.
Buddy boy. There it goes. What's up, Matt? How you doing? King Deuce in the house. Yeah, so it was funny. So Colt is sitting there playing with a dual sense, and he's playing Star Wars. I get in there because I'm Pony Master 420. The controller. It looks so awkward in his hand. You could tell he never plays on the PlayStation, right? He's kind of like holding it like this, And I get in there. I'm a pony, so like I'm a Pony Master. So I'm in there just like playing away, no problem.
Welcome to hell.
So I got to play 2 different modes. That's all I'm allowed to say. So yeah, they were very strict on that. However, in July, I will tell you all about it. When they send me the email that I'm allowed to break embargo on what we saw at the Star Wars Galactic Racer and what I played and my impressions on it, I will absolutely tell you guys first. So you'll know all about it. But again, like I said, very strict, and I just have to wait for an email from Lucasfilm giving me the go-ahead to go and talk about it. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. But yeah, so there was that. That was really cool. And what else was there? Probably Monsters invited me to play 2 games of theirs. Again, I'm under embargo for those. However, I will tell you what the games are and what the premise of the games are. But that's all I can say. So there's a game I played called Crimson Moon. And Crimson Moon by Probably Monsters is like a third-person high fantasy action hack and slash with a touch of Souls to it. Like a touch of soul, like a Souls-like kind of game. That was, yeah. Shit, I was almost about to say my impressions on it. No, I cannot say it. My impression. Oh, damn it, that was close. Whew. That was a close one. Guardian. Sorry, I'm going to get to that question. You asked twice, so I'm going to answer it for you. He says, Meg, how many consoles do you think they gave away? They gave away at least 500 consoles. Maybe more. Maybe 600 consoles. So, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, I played this game, Crimson Moon. I played it for about 45 minutes. They gave me a lot more time with that one. What else was there? Oh, and then I got to sit down with Probably Monsters again. I got to talk to the directors of both games, Crimson Moon, and I got to play another game called Nakomi Nazi Hunter. That, yeah, I got to play. Shit, I almost did it again. You see what it is? Like, it's so hard to not just say, like, hey, that was, whatever. Nakomi Nazi Hunter is a third-person John Wick-style game that takes place in the 1940s. And you play a character whose entire family was murdered by the Nazis, and you just basically have become like John Wick, and you're going John Wick on a bunch of Nazis that have basically like occupied your town. So that's the premise of that game. I played that for about 45 minutes. Nakomi Nazi Hunter, and I played Crimson Moon, both made by Probably Monsters. Very, very cool studio, very cool people. I got to talk to the directors, the makers of the game, the producers. Everybody was there. They were so hands-on. There was one part in Crimson Moon I got stuck, so dude like ran over. He's like, "Oh, sorry, just go do this and this." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And like they were very, very cool. We got to talk to them afterwards and interview them and all that stuff. Again, can't talk about what we talked about. Shaboogs is like, "You better chill out, Mag, before you slip up." I know. So yeah, that was really neat to do that with Probably Monsters. I was there for about an hour and a half, as well as I got to go to, this one is even trickier, Control Resonance. Got to go experience Control Resonance, and that was with, damn it, what the hell's the name of that company? God damn it, I drew a complete blank. Oh, Remedy, sorry. So I got to go into the Remedy building. I talked to the people at Remedy. They were all there. Very cool, very nice people. And got to experience Control Resonance. Again, July, when the embargoes are lifted, then I'll be able to tell you all the details of what I saw and my impressions on those games. And then there was another one I went into. Now, these, keep in mind, this is all in one day. Can you imagine this? So there's a lot going on. Of course, you got to eat, too, and take breaks. And then, of course, we're talking to, YouTubers and other people there. And then the last one, and I know some of you guys will be super happy about that. Hollywood Mag. Yeah, welcome back to the North. The North does not forget. The North always remembers. Jeff Coulter, I'm glad you asked that. He says, any new details about the 25th anniversary? Funny, I am planning on attending the Toronto event. I will be emailing Aaron Greenberg sometime this week, maybe like Thursday, Friday. I will email Greenberg and find out what's going on with the Xbox event, because now him and I have his direct email now, so we can correspond with each other. And Chris, yes, I had a great time in Cali. I can correspond with him directly now. So I'm going to find out more details. As of now, they don't have a date yet. Okay, to answer your question. The only reason why I know that is because on the plane with me, as I'm sure most of you guys know, and anybody who's here earlier in the show, I was sitting with Maka, a world-famous Maka 91 of Maka's Guides, was sitting next to me on the plane, and he was talking to some pretty higher-ups, and they don't know yet. They said, we don't have a specific date. So they don't have the date for the Toronto event. Hey, Stick Flare, how you doing? Yeah. When I get that date, like I said, I will email Greenberg at the end of the week, maybe Thursday, Friday, give him a few days. And then once I figure that out, and even if they give us a ballpark, I could put that out there. And then what we can do is if anybody, even if we can't all get into the Fan Fest, we'll see how it goes. By the way, the Fan Fest, yeah, Maka's Guides, yeah. And, anyways, I'm trying to get myself, Maka, JKB, another big Toronto YouTuber, trying to get us all together. And what we could do is have like a meetup at the Xbox Fan Fest, and maybe have like a meetup afterwards. You know what I mean? Joe Dunmore, what's up, buddy? You need tickets to the Toronto event. Yeah, we're going to try and figure this all out, Joe. I'm going to see how it works and how they're going to do it, because they might just do that lottery thing again. I don't know. We'll see how it works. But I'll still reach out to Greenberg and see what I can do. And see how many people they're going to allow in and all that kind of stuff. Now, I think the reason why, now hear me out. I think the reason why they limited the one in Hollywood where you had to be invited specifically is because I think they knew, hear me out. I think they knew from the very beginning that they were going to be giving away consoles. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't just open the door to like 10,000 people. Right? Because so they limited it to like 500 people or whatever. And they're like, okay, no, 500 people, that's it, guys. And they knew that they were going to be giving away consoles. Right? And so they limited it for that reason. And because it's not like they produced the consoles like tomorrow. Like, they've known about this for a long time. They have to put the orders in, the parts, because remember, they stopped production of the Series X, right? So that being the case, they had to go back into production with these ones or refurbish some of those other ones that came back from overseas, and I don't know what they did. I'm just telling you that they've obviously known for quite a while that they absolutely knew that they were going to give away consoles at that event for the first 100 days, and it was Asha's very first fan fest and everything else, and you know what I mean? So as a result of that, you know what I mean? So I think that the other fan fests in the other cities, I could totally see Ghostbusters. Cut that shit out. He goes, laugh out loud. You jump ship to Xbox now. No more pony. I was playing on my PS5 today. Okay, I'm working on the platinum for 007. David Merrifield's in the house. No news about Project Helix. I didn't expect any, David, and we didn't get any. So I don't. That's all there is to it. Yeah, Devil Dog. So if you guys watch my latest vlog, he talks about that. We'll talk about that when we get to day 4. But anyways, the Toronto Fan Fest. I have a feeling they're just going to open the doors. I think they're just going to open the doors, and just like, you know what I mean? Just let people go through. And that's all there is to it. But we'll find out more details. I will reach out to Aaron Greenberg personally and see if I can find more information on that and see how it's going to go. I would imagine it'll be open to a lot more people. If that's the case, then we can secure tickets for everybody. And then we can have a big get together. We can have a meet and greet with, like, you know, in Toronto with all of us. Me, I'll be there. And anybody else who wants to come, we can go hook up somewhere, like a bar or something, and like we can reserve like a big area. You know what I mean? Like do something like that. Like I have like a meet and greet with all the people, and then we go to the fan fest, or we go to the fan fest and then go meet up afterwards for drinks and shit. I think that might actually be better. And you know what I mean? We'll do something like that. That's what I'm thinking will be a great idea. However, when I get those details, and like I said, Maka's going to be there. I'm going to be there. JKB's most likely going to be there. Some other people will be there too. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, so then I took a break. Now the last game that I got to check out, personally. Now there's tons that I saw. Like there's tons of games that I saw there. Like, I mean, I can't even list them all because like 160 games or something that were going on that day. I even got to see the new Alien Fire Team, whatever. The people were playing that and all that jazz, right? So we'll see all that. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. That sounds fantastic. Exactly, like that's what we're talking about. Like we'll do we'll see what the ticket situation's like first, and then we'll take it from there, and then we'll see how it all works out. Because then even afterwards, we can all, like I said, we can all just hook up somewhere and be like, hey. You know, because I know Toronto like the back of my hand. If you know, most likely it's going to be at the convention center. You know, I'll be like, hey guys, we're going to go to Jack Astor's across the street or whatever, and you know, have some beers and food or dinner or whatever else. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, so the last game that I got to see at the play days was Silent Hill Townfall. Now this one was hilarious. I can't talk again. I'm under embargo until they say so. You know, same old story, right? I got to see more Alien Isolation 2, by the way. Again, zip. But the Silent Hill Townfall was hilarious, and I'll tell you why. So we go into like the building, right, where they're having it, because they were showing like multiple games. They're showing that dinosaur game too, by the way, which was like literally like the next like studio over, whatever. And that dinosaur game, what was it called? The Lost Wild or whatever else? You know, the one that we saw the trailer for at the was it the Sony showcase? I think it was at the Sony showcase. Looked so dope. Everybody thought it was like Dino Crisis, right? Anyways, it certainly wasn't. It was made by these guys, right? So anyway, so Silent Hill Townfall. So I get in there and it's all spooky and shit. They had like red lights and stuff, and they had like statues in there, and they had like all these Hollywood props to make it look like a horror scene. It was really cool. Beer Baron. You paid off Xbox shill. How are you? Yeah, right. Yeah. No. That ain't gonna change my opinion on anything, Beer Baron. I'll tell you that. It's just they made some really, really, really nice stuff, and we got some really nice swag. Really nice stuff. Yeah, I know Review Tech USA. JKB's having problems, eh? The reputation isn't good. Oh, that's shocking. I did not know that. I know Review Tech was having issues. He kind of went off the rails a bit, but you know. So anyways, I get into the studio, and they have like these 8 chairs, like big captain's chairs, big squishy captain's chairs, right? But Angelo, how you doing? And they have the big screen up there, and they had like a girl playing Silent Hill Townfall live, right? So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So we got to sit there, and then they turn the lights off, right? And the whole room is filled with like movie prop sets, like it was all spooky and shit, right? So it was all scary in there. The music was all scary. Then the director himself comes out with a microphone, and he's like talking to us. We're in this room, and he's talking to us, and he's walking us through the game. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like he's talking while she's playing, right? So stuff is going on, and and I'm watching all that, and I'm like, this is really wicked. So I'm like, yeah, this is wild. So I'm like doing all that, and then this is where it gets funny. So then when they start showing like monsters and stuff in the game and all that stuff, they turn on this like dry ice machine, so like the room like fogged up like Silent Hill. So it was like you're sitting there, and like 2 feet off the ground, all this like smoke starts to like mist starts to like fill the room, so that you feel like you're in Silent Hill. And I'm like, this is the cool. I even said it pretty loud too. I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like I feel like I'm there. Dude behind me starts choking on the smoke. For like the whole second half of the presentation, I couldn't stop laughing because we're sitting there and it's all like scary and tense and whatever. And then this guy starts going, like he couldn't fucking stop, right? He had to leave. And I couldn't concentrate anymore. I couldn't even watch the game. I was laughing so hard because this guy got a mouthful of dry ice, smoke, or whatever the hell it is, the mist. And he couldn't stop choking. And I'm fucking trying. And this guy's got the microphone. And this guy's trying to like, walk us through it. And all you can hear is, and everybody in there is like, like everybody's like laughing into their sleeve because like, it's just, fuck man, it was so funny. Anyway, the guy had to leave. It was awesome. But like he must have like inhaled like a whole mouthful of this shit, right? It's just like he got a whole lung full of like the dry ice stuff, and that was it. His presentation was over. Anyway, that was the highlight of the day. It was so funny. It wasn't the highlight of the day. It just was really funny. However, the highlight of the day was I got to like this meeting point like near the middle of the like this sort of piazza area. I had lunch with the Iron Lords in Paris, which I talked about earlier. I filmed all that. So we were having lunch together and all that. Then I went out to the middle meeting area. Colt was there. He had finished a bunch of interviews and a bunch of stuff and a bunch of demos. I finished a bunch of demos. He had just come out of Tomb Raider actually playing that. And so I'm in there in the middle talking. And Keely's there, right? And Keely's eating pizza, right? So I'm like, oh shit, it's Jeff Keely. So Colt is like facing him, and he looks over and he goes, hey, Jeff, how you doing? And I'm like, I turn, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize Jeff Keely was standing next to me eating pizza. Anyway, he finishes his pizza, then I go up and talk to him. And then I went over to Jeff was a gentleman, an absolute gentleman. Super, super nice guy. Amazing human being. So gracious, so like thank you. Because I talked to him, I'm like, dude, I told him right to his face. I'm like, Jeff, thank you for bringing us this new spiritual E3. I said, because none of this and none of yesterday would have happened without you. I said, we are honestly forever. I don't want to sound like whatever, but I did tell him that. I said, I honestly am saying, we are forever grateful for what you've done for us. And he said, he just looked at me like he had this smile on his face. And it wasn't even just like like that fake celebrity smile, like, thank you for calling me your favorite singer. It wasn't that. Like he was actually genuinely. Oh, don't worry, G Silver. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to that shit. You want some drama? You're going to get some in a minute. So Keely had a legitimate response to what I said to him. And he just kind of was taken back a bit, and he smiled, and you could see his eyes, and he just smiled, and he's like, he leans in, and he goes, thank you, Mag. He goes, he fucking knew me. He said, thank you, Mag. And he was truly appreciative. And this guy was a super dude. So Jeff, you go, let's take a picture or whatever. And I'm like, Colt, get in here. And here's where Jeff had to throw a fucking shot right at Colt, eh? Because, yes, you're right. There was a little bit of a beef. Not a beef, but him and Colt had said a couple things online together, whatever. You know what I mean? And so just as, I got Keely right here. I got my arm around Keely. Keely's got his arm around me. Colt is on his left. And I put the camera up like this, right about to take the shot. And fucking Jeff, in gangster fashion, goes, internet's going to have fun with this pic. And then I was like, and I went, snap. He waited right until I was about to take the picture, and he just throws a jab going, internet's going to like this pic. And I was like, fuck, Jeff, really, man? I take the picture, and he fucking starts laughing. Eh? You fucking asshole. Oh, man. He's a funny dude, man. So, yeah, it was funny. It was really funny. Now, it doesn't end there. So I'm talking to Keely. So we're talking to Keely. He's laughing. Colt kind of, he wandered off eventually to go do his thing. So it was just me and Schreier was there. Actually, Schreier was kind of hanging around. He eventually made his way over to Jeff. And I'm talking to Jeff Keely. And I hear this voice behind me talking to somebody else, right? And he just finished talking to him. So now he's just standing there. And he's a really tall dude. And he's like right over my left shoulder. And he's just standing there by himself. Like he had like a tea in his hand. And I turn around, and it's fucking Mark Cerny. He's just standing there. So Mark Cerny, the reason why he was standing there by himself, he just talked to somebody, but he was waiting to talk to Jeff because he had to talk to Jeff about something, right? And so he was there, and I turn around, I go, oh, Mark. And he just, and Mark Cerny in his voice is like, hello. He does like the whole church lady thing. And super nice dude, man. Mark Cerny is a fucking Marine through and through. He's a true gentleman. I talked to him for a few minutes. So I was talking to him. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not going to hold you up. I know you need to talk to Jeff. And I'm like, I just want to tell you, I'm like, congratulations on such fabulous hardware. I said, congratulations on all your success with Sony. I said, I honestly really look forward to the PlayStation 6. So yeah, the Cerny. Yeah, I took a picture with him. You should. It's on my Twitter, or definitely, yeah, it's on my Twitter. And I put a side-by-side picture of him and Gandalf. We'll get to that in a minute. And so, yeah, so I talked to him, and I'm like, congratulations on all your past successes and all your, all the successes with the console and the great consoles you released. I said, I'm really looking forward to the PlayStation 6, man. I said, I wish you the best of luck with all that. Shook his hand. And he goes, thank you, man. Thank you so much. He goes, let's take a picture. So I'm like, all right. So we took a picture. And, yeah, I should have said that. I should have said thanks for the Pro Cerny, because I fucking forgot. But, I mean, I was kind of taken aback because I didn't realize, I'm talking to Jeff Keely right here. And I didn't know Mark Cerny was, like, hanging on my shoulder like a parrot. Like, I turn around, I'm like, what? I'm like, there's Mark Cerny. So I took a picture with him, talked to him. It was pretty cool, man. And he was, again, super, super nice. And, like, he was just hanging out by himself, and he was just totally cool. And I'm like, yeah. And he even suggested. He's like, come on, let's take a picture. And I'm like, absolutely, let's do that. So we took a picture. He just kept drinking his tea. I did meet Jez, CDB, every day. I saw Jez every single day. So it was totally wild, man. It was totally wild to meet Mark Cerny as well. And like I said, it was nice to be able to actually speak to the people that make the stuff that we love so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Like, it's just like, you're talking, like, I love the PlayStation 4. I love all the PlayStations, but I'm just saying, like, the ones that Cerny has been involved with, obviously PlayStation 4, 5, the Pros, both Pros, and now the PS6. And I'm like, here's the dude standing right in front of me. It's totally wild. We'll get to Xbox eventually. That we'll get into that conversation. So that was really cool. And then that pretty much ended the day. Then we ended up leaving, going back to the hotel, ate dinner, and went to bed because we had to be up at 6 a.m. Yeah, Cerny is such an enigma. Dude, he absolutely is, man. He was totally cool dude, man. We had to be up for 6 a.m. for the big Xbox day, and I'll get to that in just a moment. But before we do all that, I just got to go pee-pee. And I got to go get some more water, and I'll be right back. So we're just going to take a couple minutes here, and then I'll tell you all about the Xbox Day, because the Xbox Day was absolutely amazing. So we'll get to that in just a minute. I'll be right back. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Let's go. So, sorry, I had to go to the bathroom and I had to get some more water. So, anyhow, 6 a.m., if you can believe it. So, Sunday morning. So, no partying Saturday night. Absolutely no partying whatsoever. I didn't have a single drop of anything. No alcohol, no nothing. I had dinner at this lovely Mexican restaurant called Sol Agave. And after that, then we went back to the hotel. I went back to the hotel, pretended to sleep. And then, you know how it is. It was Saturday night, and my hotel was just bumping with parties, and I'm lying there just like, oh my God, please let me sleep like at least 3 hours. So anyways, 6 a.m., we had to meet everybody at 7 o'clock in the morning and then take off to go to the Museum of National, whatever the hell it is, Moving Pictures or whatever the hell it's called. Beautiful place. Tiny Gangster, you're saying, yeah, get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys all for joining me today. So then anyways, we get over there and then we had to line up outside the theater and all that jazz. We were up near the front, like 15 people back. The lineup went all the way down the street and around the corner, like 500 people. It was crazy. But we were up in there in the top 20. And anyways, so just as they're about to open the doors, this giant black Escalade comes slowly rolling by with the windows down. And we just hear this screaming, right? We just hear, yeah! Like a psycho, right? And I go, what the fuck was that? And I look over, and the Escalade is got Booty in the front. They had a driver. They got Booty with his head out the window. And the guy screaming was Aaron Greenberg. I swear to God, half his body was sticking out of the SUV. Like, he was, like, leaning out. It was so funny. And Booty was filming. And then right beside him, in the back seat, Aaron Greenberg is like literally half his body is outside of the truck, and he's like screaming at all of us in line as like this Escalade is rolling by and they're getting escorted in. And then I look over and I'm like, what the fuck? I go, Greenberg's a wild man. He's like screaming. He's got sunglasses on at 7 a.m. and he's just like almost like a total party animal, right? And next to him was Asha Sharma. They're all in the back seat. They're all laughing, right? So that was pretty funny. So they go in and disappear. So we get in and we had to line up. They had to give us our registration. We had to get our little, the necklace thingies. And we get the necklace thingies, and then they had a red carpet event where you go up and take pictures of the red carpet, and it had like Xbox Showcase, and then next to that it had Gears of War, insignia. So you take pictures at each different station, right? So Colt and I are standing there, and we're there with Lord Chris from the Iron Lords, and the three of us are standing there, and we're facing the camera, and the lady's got the professional camera, and you have to go to a website after and download the pictures or some shit, right? So so we're standing there and we're taking the picture, and there's like a million people in line in front, like behind us, right? So like we were like one of the first 15 to get in, and we're standing there like this smiling, and then this roar from the crowd, right? And I mean like this roar scared the shit. I mean, I'm standing like this. So I look over, now I'm looking at the camera. I can't see what's going on. So I lean over to Lord Chris, who's got his arm around me. I go, what the fuck? Like, I'm still smiling, right? Because I'm trying to, not screw up the picture. So I go, what the fuck is everybody screaming at? And then I look over, and Asha Sharma and Matt Booty photobombed us. So I'm sure you guys saw that picture. That was really funny. So I'm standing there, and like I said, all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I look, I'm like, oh my God. And Asha and Booty were sneaking up on us. And then right at the last minute, nobody saw them coming. They were sneaking up like this, like doing like do. And then as soon as she goes, okay, 3, 2, and then Asha Sharma jumped. She jumped in. She goes like this, right? So Asha Sharma jumps in, and then Booty jumps in, and they both like went like this, and they snuck in our picture, and that was really funny. And then we had a talk after, so I got to talk to Matt Booty, shook his hand, said, hey man, how's it going? This and that, whatever. And he had to keep it stepping because, he had to go do his thing. He just wanted to kind of photobomb us. But and then Asha was there. She came up to me, and I got to talk to her. She's a little thing, man, but she's so adorable. What's up, Q-Max? SJM, did I say hi to you? I'm saying hi to you now. So, yeah, anyways, Asha was a pleasure to talk to. She's such a lovely young lady. And she's so tiny. She's so cute. I would, take her home as, a pet. So awesome. Anyway, yeah, she was really nice. She came over, shook my hand. She says, hey, how you doing? She goes, I'm glad you got to finally make it, this and that. It was pretty amazing. Hey, DJ Marshman, what's up? So, yeah, so it was really cool to meet the two of them. And then they took off. And then Greenberg did not have to take off because his job is he's the hype man, right? He's the marketing guy, whatever. So he's hanging around. I also got a video, which I put in my last vlog, of a group of guys got 3D printed. We are Xbox medallions with a big chain on it, whatever. And then was it Matt Booty? No, it was Greenberg. Greenberg came and put it on top, put it around Asha's neck. It was pretty funny. You could see she was a little bit embarrassed, but like, you know, because it's just her new, it's her, like, you know, it's her first one, right? So she's not really used to that kind of like publicity, you know, usually working behind the scenes. Phil Spencer was not there. He was not there, unfortunately. Yeah, I would have liked to have met him, but he wasn't there. So anyways, so we get that. We go inside, right? So now we go inside. Colt and I are upstairs. We're talking for a minute. He zips off over there. They had these Gears of War popcorn buckets, by the way, popcorn boxes. I took 2 of them home because I'm like, so, you know, they're giving like water and popcorn for everybody. So while you're watching the show, you can eat popcorn and drink your water or whatever, right? Or pop, whatever you wanted. Or soda, as some of my Americans like to say. What's up? Hey, Fark Hughes in the house. There he is. Fark Hughes in the house. He's saying, please hit the like button. Fark Hughes says in the chat, he goes, hello, good sir. Was awesome hanging out and meeting you, missing yourself and everyone. Already memories I'll never forget. Thank you so much. Fark Hughes, I was talking about you earlier in the show, brother. Fark Hughes, I was talking about you earlier in the show. I'm like, listen, man, now that I got a face to the name, and I said we hung out almost every single day. We talked. We had drinks together. We chit-chatted about life and like traveling and all kinds of cool stuff. It was awesome, man. And Fark Hughes is an absolute scholar and a gentleman. So now, I get inside, right? So Colt gets over, he gets his popcorn, he like disappears, whatever. And I got my popcorn, and I grabbed 2 of them because I'm like, I'm taking this shit home, right? So I'm like, I'm taking this shit home. So I grab 2 of them, grab my bottle of water. I turn around, and there he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Control your emotions. Discipline your mind.
It was hard to do all that because standing right behind me was Gaming Gandalf himself, as Jez would say, the other Jez, Gaming Grindhouse Jez. I kind of stole that from him. Was Gandalf himself, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Ronald was just standing there by himself. He wasn't even talking to anybody. So I turn around and I go, oh shit. And he started laughing. So I got to talk to Jason Ronald. I talked to him for like 5 minutes because, like, you know, we're just hanging out. So we took a couple of drinks. Jesus Christ, I look at the chat, it said drinks, but we talked for about 5 minutes. We took a couple pictures together, and then I thanked him as well. I said, you know what? I said, by the way, and he did laugh his balls off at this. I said, just so you know, I call you Gandalf on the show, and I even have sound bites. I have Lord of the Rings sound bites whenever I bring them up, and he burst out laughing. He was like, oh my God, you're kidding me? I'm like, no, I'm not kidding you at all. I totally do. I said, I love it. I said, I hope you're not offended that I call you Gandalf. He goes, no, not at all. And but I did tell him, I said, you know what, man, I gotta commend you on something. I said, I met Mark Cerny yesterday, and he goes, oh yeah, and he goes, how's Mark and this and that. I go, he seemed well, he seemed happy, and he's like, oh, that's cool. And then I said, listen, man, I want to congratulate you on something. And he goes, what's that? I'm like, you make hardware that never breaks. I'm like, honest to God, man. I said, your machines are beasts. They never go down. I never have to blow dust out of them. I never have to reboot them. I never have to take these things apart. I'm like, honest to God, I'm like, ever since you taken over the hardware, those things are monsters for real. I'm like, congratulations on such amazing hardware as well. So it was really cool to meet both creators. So I met Mark Cerny the day before, and I congratulated him on all the wonderful, stuff he's done for Sony and for the PlayStation. And the next day, I get to congratulate Jason Ronald for the same thing, for making such incredible Xbox hardware. So I was like, this is fantastic. So anyways, we go in the theater, we watch the show. Now, before we do any of that, Greenberg came out on stage and he talked about whatever, and he says after the show, Matt Booty and Asha will come out and they will do a talk or whatever else, and then the fan fest begins, right? So anyways, then the show starts. So we do the show, whatever. We all know what happened at the show. Some incredible showings there. Me personally, I think one of the biggest, besides Gears of War E-Day, which was incredible that they opened the show with such a large chunk of the game. And if you want to see, by the way, if you want to see anything that they said off camera that you guys did not see during the showcase, go to this channel here, obviously. Go to this channel here. Watch my latest vlog, day 4. I launched it today. You can actually see all the information because you get to see Aaron Greenberg talking before. You get to see Asha and Booty talking afterwards. So anyways, my biggest surprise of the thing was Senua. And now here's the cool part. After I thought Senua looked great, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, is it Hellblade 3? I said, are they lying to us by showing nothing but action? Like, what is this? Are they trying to hype it? Oh, and by the way, and the other thing that actually surprised me at the showcase, Fable. And I'll get into what happened afterwards. I thought Fable looked way better this time than any other showing they've ever showed. And then after that, I would say that Senua was also my favorite thing that they showed. I was like, holy shit. Well, here's the great part. So the show ends. I'll get back to those 2 games in a moment, and I'll tell you why. So I get, we finished the show or whatever. And Matt Booty and Asha come out. And then, of course, again, you can see it on my channel. I have the actual live recordings that I filmed where Asha announced that we are all getting the X25 Series X consoles for free. What's up, Stitchius? I actually didn't know a whole lot, dude. I didn't want to know a whole lot. What's up, 1500? How you doing, man? Yeah, so we're going to get back to the Hellblade and Fable thing in a moment. The Blade thing was, I said that the Blade thing was supposed to be shown at the showcase. It was cut last minute for more development time. I don't think, they never said it, but my gut instinct says they weren't happy with what they saw. It's just a gut instinct. I don't know, because like it was supposed to be there and it was supposed to be part of the show. It was trimmed out of the show. So I don't think that they were happy with the way maybe the vertical slice looked. I don't know. I have no idea. Hey, Dead Time's in the house. Hey, what's up, buddy? It was nice to meet you as well. We got to hang out like at least 3 out of the 4 days. Dead Time was hanging out with us. Yeah, man, cool dude. We were having drinks together. Actually, what night was it? The second night or the first night? No, I think it was the second night. I hooked up with him at the bar. I know that sounds really sexual, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. He was sitting at the bar or whatever, and he was like 9 Modelo's deep by the time I got there. I'm like, Jesus, dude, you're even putting me to shame right now. So anyways, yeah, Asha did the announcement for the console. The crowd went absolutely batshit crazy, obviously. Myself included. I wasn't expecting that because it was funny. I'm watching the show, and I had no intention of buying any more Xbox hardware from this generation. I mean, why would I? I got a Series X and an S. I'm like, why the fuck am I going to buy anything else? I mean, and I'm still on the fence about Helix, depending on the price and what it offers, right? So I'm like, all right. But then they showed that X25 trailer during the show before we found out we were getting one. And I'm looking, I'm going, God damn it. I'm like, I 100% want the controller. I'm like, they better sell that controller separately. I'm like, I want that controller. I said, the console, 50-50. I go, because I already got the consoles, but I really want that controller, right? So, yeah, anyways, so she announces that we're getting the fucking thing, right? And I freaked out. I'm like, oh, shit, I guess I don't have to buy it, and I don't have to wait, I don't have to worry about it. So, anyways, I'm going to do an unboxing video in November when I get it from Microsoft. They're sending it to my house. Yeah. Yeah, Dead Time, he says, got to fill the muscles before it hits the liver. Yeah. Dead Time is, he's fucking jacked, man. Like, I work out a lot, you know what I mean? But this guy was fucking jacked. Yeah, Lord Cognito, we were hanging. He was staying in my hotel with me, Jay Silver. I hung out with Cognito every single day. It was awesome, man. Super nice. Every single member of the Lords, the Iron Lords, are just absolute top-notch gentlemen. Every single one of them. So awesome to hang out with. I absolutely adored it. King David's hilarious, man. And the rest of them, all just super, super nice. Actually, at the Xbox Showcase, it was just me and Lord Sovereign were sitting together. And there was like a couple of empty spaces. It was just him and I just chilling out eating popcorn. So Sovereign, I kept leaning over to him. I'm like, that looks fucking awesome. And we had a couple laughs in there. You know, we were kind of shooting jokes back and forth to each other. Lord Sav is a really great guy. So yeah, we hung out it was just him and I sitting together at the showcase. I wasn't even sitting with Cold. So Iron Lord's amazing people. So anyways, show ends. And we're about to get up, right, to go to the Fan Fest. And right before that happens, this guy runs out on stage, and the crowd just went even crazier than I've ever seen. And it was Major Nelson. The Major Nelson comes out of retirement. He came out, he did a whole speech, he did a whole thing, and, man, the crowd went berserk. And that man has not lost a single ounce of his personality. He was up there, he was jazzing around, he was running on stage. He was doing his whole thing. He was fucking incredible. So, yeah. So, Major Nelson was back, and he did, like, a whole talk. And then he said, okay, let's go to FanFest. I'll be there. And he was the MC for the whole event. He was the MC for the whole FanFest. So, now we left the theater, and then FanFest begins. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, I want to catch up with some Super Chats. Here we got Lou Bega coming in, dropping $5 US. Let's go, Lou Bega. And Lou Bega says, bang. Thank you very much, Lou Bega, for that. And he says, Mag, you're easily the #1 content creator above the console war BS. Yes, I try my best, brother. I don't try to be #1. I try to be #1, but I'm above all that bullshit. He goes, do you ever feel compelled to talk to others when you're in person? Cold King to tone it down. You know what the thing is? When you're... Okay, Lou Bega, here's the thing. When you actually meet all these people in person, this is something I was actually going to bring up today, which I'm doing right now because of you, Lou. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that, and I'll answer this question as best I can. When you meet all these people in person, it's a completely different thing, and you realize that the console war thing is the biggest load of bullshit in the history of the world. It doesn't exist in the real world. It exists in online rhetoric and for fucking morons. And when you actually meet all these people, nobody's console warring. Nobody's talking shit about each other. No one's saying anything. I got, Jeff Keighley right here. I got Mark Cerny right here. We're talking. And then we got Ashish Sharma over here. We got Matt Booty over here. No one's console warring. We got content creators who are just neutral content creators. There were Xbox content creators. There are PlayStation-only content creators, all there, all hanging out, all having... Like, for example, Mr. Badbit, shout out to Mr. Badbit of the Trophy Room. He was there with his whole crew. And we were hanging out the whole week, too, man. We were hanging out together, having a great time. No one's calling each other ponies and Xbots. We're calling each other by our names, real names, or YouTube names. Oh, we're using our made-up names? Oh, then my name's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? So, there is no such thing. And then when you meet the executives, all the executives for all of the different companies, I told you guys this before, they all talk and hang out with each other. You know what I mean? And it's not like that. So, nobody's like that in person. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually amazing that this opened my eyes. And then I started looking at, some people's videos and stuff that were going on. I didn't watch them yet because I was so busy during the weekend, watching people's videos during, and even Twitter, during all these showcases and saying anti this or anti that, anti Xbox, anti PlayStation, fuck PlayStation or fuck Xbox and this and that. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with you guys, man? And I'm like, when you're here or there, you're there with all of those people. It doesn't exist. Everybody's just there with each other. You know what I mean? Like I said, you have hardcore Xbox guys talking to the hardcore PlayStation guys, and there's no bad blood. There's no weirdness. You have executives from the two different companies, sharing pizza and talking and all this other stuff. And then you realize, oh my God, this doesn't really exist. It just exists in the minds of some seriously warped fucking people. Excuse me, I'm saying the F word a lot because it just pisses me off. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, you know what I mean? It opened my eyes to everything, and actually it was a good thing. It was a good thing, and to realize that I just won't console war. I just don't do it. I mean, I never have really. I mean, not since I opened my channel. I certainly don't do any of that now, But now I really am not doing any of that stuff because when you see it in the flesh, you realize that it's just the industry. It has nothing to do with who's got the better console, who's got the better games, nah. However, is that going to stop me from criticizing certain business moves? Absolutely not. Of course I'm going to do that. If Microsoft steps on rakes, you're going to hear all about it. I'll make videos. We're going to talk about a MAGGCAST. We'll do whatever. I'll talk about an XNC. If Sony steps on rakes or Nintendo or whoever, you're going to hear about it because that's what we do. We criticize the mistakes that are being made or whatever and how they could do to improve all that. However, going after people, specific people for this, that, and the other, whatever, once you're there and you're hanging out with all these people, you realize it's literally just a fabrication of some very lonely people who have nothing else better to do with their time. So it's pretty cool. Andy Hart, a member for 8 months. Thank you very much. By the way, Lou Bega, appreciate that. He renewed his membership for 8 months, and he says, thoughts on E-Day only on Xbox surprised me. Yes, that was a surprise to everybody because that was up until recently still being worked on. Thank you very much, Andy Hart, for renewing your membership, of course.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Yes. Big surprise to everybody. Nobody. I mean, some of us heard about it the day before. But I was still on the fence. Even when I heard about it, I'm just like, I don't know. And I heard about it from somebody. And that was at the Days of Play saying, hey, listen, man, tomorrow we're getting a rug pull. Right? And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, they're going to pull Gears E-Day last minute. Now, by the way, congratulations to Asha for pointing this out, by the way. She did not say exclusive. She said console exclusive because even they understand that Steam is not Xbox. So thank you for pointing out the difference, Asha. Appreciate it. As some people keep saying that stupid shit. Steam does not own Xbox. Xbox does not own Steam. It is a third-party competitor. So I'm glad she said console exclusive. So in the theater when she said that, I was like, thank you. I was kind of like, because like there's so many people arguing with me. I'm like, why are you, like, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Anyways, whatever. So, anyways, we're going through the fan fest. Oh, sorry. Let's keep going with the super chats here. Sorry, we got Andy Hart dropping 5 British pounds. That's proper money, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, Andy Hart. He says, Morning Mag, do you think it was a bold move to make Gears 8 exclusive? Thought you were working on PlayStation Port. They were. For several months. They have the PlayStation Port ready. They just didn't launch it. Actually, somebody else reported on that. They said the same thing. They're just like, yeah, they had the port basically ready. It was ready to go. And I said, but it was pulled. And it was not pulled last minute. It was announced last minute. Aaron Greenberg was very clear on that. He says only like a very, very small circle of people knew that what they were going to do was pull it, but they were going to announce it there at the show. Of course, a couple of people, one of them being Jeff Grubb, who also I got to hang out with on Saturday. Jeff Grubb was hanging around. And he was cool to talk to for a bit. And so, yeah. But, like, he knew. And then one other person knew, which I'm not allowed to say who. And he knew. And he told me Saturday. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, let's see if this pans out. Turns out it pans out. But they still had it made. They still had it developed. But they decided to... Now, I'm still trying to dig deep because there were some possibilities that there were some other ones they were trying to make exclusive. But... Asha's bosses said, no, you can get one. Or you get two, essentially, with Clockwork Revolution, which also looked fantastic, by the way. So that was great. Arch War Angel comes in. Thank you so much, Andy Hart. I appreciate it, man. And Arch War Angel has become a top-tier maggot. Let's go.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Welcome to hell, Arch War Angel. Thank you so much for becoming a top-tier maggot, my friend. Go join that Discord. Go join that Discord while you have it. Guardian, have a good evening, man. So now the Fan Fest starts. So you go down there, and what they had a bunch of different things there.
Welcome to
and
hell.
They had a room. Oh, by the way, I got to play Halo. Halo Campaign Evolved. I got to sit down and play it for a while. It was really cool. What's up, Max? How you doing? So Halo was really nice, and it was cool because they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had 8 big screens that, like, with stations that you could play Halo. You had to register or whatever, but anyways, you could do that. And then they had 2 couches with big screens, like, in the walls, and you could play co-op, like couch co-op, with, like, anybody who's hanging out with you, right? So you had 2 stations doing that, and then 8 screens playing solo Halo. And then there was another screen with a projector on the wall where you could play Halo Campaign Evolved on the giant screen. And that was really cool. I didn't play the big one. I just played on a regular monitor. So I got to play Halo Campaign Evolved, and I am allowed to talk about that one. It's the only one I can tell you about tonight. Everything else I'm under embargo because I asked the dude. I'm like, am I allowed to take video? He goes, yeah, take video. I don't care. This is Microsoft was hilarious. Everybody else is like, no. And they're like, we'll tell you when you could talk about it or show it. I'm like, okay, sorry. And Microsoft's like, who gives a fuck? Yeah, film it all. The guy's like, film it all. And I'm like, can I talk about it? He goes, absolutely. Magnum, I did get a green console, yes. What's up, Sports? How you doing? What did Street say that's saying it's true? Mag, if it's on Steam, it'll be on the Steam machine, which essentially means it's not. Oh, yeah. Oh, good point. Oh, good point. Oh, my God. Street, you just blew my mind. I totally forgot about that shit. Oh, my goodness, my Guinness. Shit, you guys hear that? Street just brought up a good point. He goes, Mag, if it's on Steam, it'll be on the Steam machine, which essentially means it's not an Xbox console exclusive. I know. Otacon, how you doing, man? Oh, man, I didn't think about that. Yeah, Asha was playing with a Halo with a fan. She was down there. She was on the floor, but she was only there for a short period of time because she had her, like, security team with her, so nobody, like, got stupid. I mean, she's a tiny little thing. Like, she's, like, 5'1", right? So she's a tiny little, like, she's maybe, like, 100 pounds, like, 5'1". Very, very small. And, like, I could picture, like, you know, some idiot, like, just, like, you know, hug her too tight or something stupid like that. Yeah. So anyways, whatever. So yeah, she was there, but she had her security team like right there, right? So when I was talking to her, I was talking to her outside, like with Matt Booty and everybody else there. So like we were in the red carpet reception area, so like there was nobody there. It was just myself and Colt and Lord Chris, and then actually Web Dave came over and he talked to her as well. But like it was just like a couple of us, right? So and we were like there was nobody else there. But when she was on the floor of the Fan Fest, she had her security team around her. Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Romeo? How you doing, man? Romeo, I'm going to dig into that subject because I'm going to dig into that later this week and see what's going on with all that. Fuzzy Tomato, did I even say hi to you? Fuzzy Tomato goes, it will be a console exclusive because no one's going to buy the Steam machine. Oh, dude, you're hilarious. I fucking love you. Yeah, so anyways, the Fan Fest. So I got to play Halo Campaign Evolved, and I'm allowed to say it. It is fucking awesome. Excuse my language, but it plays so well. I'm allowed to say that. So they told me, he said, you could say whatever you want. I'm like, cool. It is fantastic. It's fantastic. So, yeah. Halo Campaign Evolved, it plays really good. The feeling is good. The movement is good. The aim down sights basically runs like a call. I know that's going to be like, piss people off for... it's going to piss a lot of people off for what's it called? The purists, the Halo purists. You know what I mean? The aim down sights is very much like Call of Duty now, but gives a fuck, man. I don't care. That you want to play those? Go play the old ones. You know what I'm saying? Go back and play the Master Chief Collection. It's totally fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm saying if you want that, go do that. But if you want to play modern, we're playing modern now. It's time to grow up. There's sprint. There's aim down sights. There's the whole 9 yards, and it plays chef's kiss. Let me tell you. Chef's kiss. It's really, really fucking good. So I will be playing it on. I will be playing it on the PS5 Pro. Yes, Alex, Father Alex. Yes, I will be doing that. Yeah, it's aim down sights. Yeah, dead time. I will be playing on the PS5 Pro because my wife wants to play, and she's pony only, right? So.
Ponies and 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 ponies.
Yeah, so my wife is only PlayStation, so I will be playing Halo Campaign Evolved on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Which is funny, that's funny, that's why, some people can't understand me, like, they're just like, look at this fucking guy, because people, people talk shit about me all the time, whatever. Most of them are blocked at this point, so I don't even see it, but I'm like, look at this fucking guy, he's wearing an Xbox hoodie, and he's got like a hat, and he went to the Xbox showcase, and they bought him off with a console, and there he is playing it on the PS5 Pro. What a fucking shut the fuck up. So done with those guys. You know what I mean? No, Chris, it did not have any UE5 stutter. It was as smooth as silk. It was fantastic. Yes, Jardel, Fable's showcase definitely changed my feelings of the game because, that's what I was going to get at. So I'm on the floor, I'm talking to people, right? And I'm talking to a few people, and they're like, hey, man, what did you think about this and that, whatever? So I'm like, first of all, I don't know what the hell Senua is. Is this Hellblade 3 and they showed us like a deceiving trailer of all this action? Or is this a whole separate thing, right? And then I'm like, the other thing is Fable. I'm like, Fable looked fantastic. I go, the other showings, I thought it looked like, this is my opinion, I thought Fable looked like shit. That's my personal opinion. I watched those trailers and I'm like, I'm not impressed. My wife said the same thing. My wife is like, Fable looks like a worse version of Hogwarts Legacy. And I'm like, yeah, agreed. It looked like shit. And it didn't look like it was playing well. I'm like, what is this? And then they showed this new trailer, and I'm like, what the fuck? I go, now these guys look like they're cooking. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it looked fantastic. So, anyways, the reason why it came up is guess who I met? I met the creators of both games. I met the creator of Senua, and I got to meet the creator, the head of the department, whatever, the head of the studio working on Fable. And I'm like, oh. And so the Fable guy says, yeah, we listened to a lot of the feedback. So, the thing is, they knew. They knew that people didn't find it impressive. Listen, when you guys talk, this is why it's important for everybody to talk. They knew that it looked like shit. Not shit. That's kind of harsh. It didn't look good. They knew. Because the guy said to my face, he goes, we listened to the feedback. And he's smiling while he said it. And I'm like, well, dude, I said, whatever you guys did, that showed 1,000 times better than what I see. I didn't give a fuck. I told him right to his face. I said, that showed 1,000 times better than everything you guys have shown thus far. And he's like, thank you very much. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to tell him straight to his face. Like, I'm not gonna mince words with these people. I didn't get to talk to anybody long enough to be able to get into deep conversations, but that guy I did, and I thanked him. I said, thank you. I said, because the other ones did not look well. They did not look good, right? And anyways, so I got to talk to the one of the producers, and he wasn't like the main guy, but he was like one of the producers of the new Senua game. And there it is, 1500. I'm going to answer it for you. So I asked him right to his face. I go, so what's the story with Senua? What is this? I said, all they showed was combat. You guys ready for this? He said, I'm confirming to you right now that this is not Hellblade 3. This is an actual God of War style. That's exactly what he said, by the way. It's a God of War action hack and slash game set in the universe of Senua. All fucking day. Give me that all day. Give me that all day. It is not a walking simulator. It is not a sequel. It is not an anything. It is a standalone hack and slash action game only. And he did say it's going to play very much like God of War. I'm like, dude, you sold me on everything you just said. Oh, I have no idea how long it is. Yeah. I don't know how long it is. 1500. No idea. But anyways, that's what he said. So that was really cool. And I got to play, like I said, I got to play Halo. Now, what they did there, those rooms that you guys saw, like when I panned the camera across and I filmed across, those rooms were all the different generations of Xbox. It was very cool. So it started with like 2001, and they had like a living room set up with 2001 like paraphernalia, the old TV and whatever else, and the original Xbox console, and then they had the original Halo there. Then you move on to the next one, and they had the Xbox 360, so it had like the 2006, 2010 like stuff in a room designed from that era, so to speak, or whatever. And then the next room they had the Xbox One with that design, like the, you know, that kind of sort of design of the room and all that. And then the next one was, of course, the series consoles, and that was it. So it ended there. So you could walk from room to room for all the different generations and sit down. What's up, Springfield? And you could sit down and play a game on the different consoles, starting with the original Xbox to the 360, the Xbox One to the Series console, to the Series X. So it was awesome. And then, of course, they had every single console in glass with the lighting. And if you watched my latest vlog, you'll see it there. I took pictures of all that. I did a slideshow at the end of the video. And they even had the original prototype for the original Xbox. It was there in glass. And then, of course, they had the X25 was there, the green one. That was on display. I got a nice picture of that. And so it was really cool. So anyways, all in all, fantastic day. At night, we went. I didn't go out for dinner because Microsoft provided all the food and drink and all that stuff. So I was loaded with food for the entire day. We went back to the hotel. I ended up going back to the Marriott at night. We partied. We drank. Got a little drunk. Got really drunk. And then that's it. And then we flew home. So there it is. That was the whole trip, guys. So I tried to tell you as much gaming information as possible. And, I mean, within reason. And, of course, over the coming weeks, as embargoes lift, I will be telling you details as to how all those games played and everything else. So, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, Max saying it was just an awesome experience. Yeah, man. It absolutely was. So, yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we will hopefully do the Fan Fest in Toronto. When I get more information, I will reach out to Aaron Greenberg myself. I have his email, and not work email, like his actual real personal email, so I can correspond with him, find out what's going on, and I can find out the details, and then I can tell all of you about that. Nay, Harry Ballsack, no hookers. You crazy, man? LA was already expensive, man. Jesus Christ. Just to get a good buzz on, it's like $100 US in my bill. I'm like, God damn it. LA's expensive. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, that's basically it. I wanted to I would tell you guys all that information. I can't believe we've been talking for 2.5 hours. That's totally wild to me. But anyways, before I go, first of all, I want to say congratulations to Maverick once again for winning this. It's the X25. These are the commemorative buttons of every single insignia that Xbox has ever created, including the new one, as you can see right there. And he will be getting that delivered to him. Maverick, do not forget to DM me with your address, and I will send it, and I will send that out to you as soon as possible. So yeah, so congratulations on winning that giveaway. And what else we got going on? Yeah, if you got any other questions before we go, then I'm gonna call it a day because I got some other stuff to I got some other stuff to talk, to deal with because now I'm back in town and I got to catch up with a bunch of things and I got to go on this family excursion tomorrow morning, like first thing in the, like literally at the crack of dawn. So yeah, I got a lot going on. That's why I started earlier tonight too. So yeah. Yes, I got an X25 Springfield. Yes, I got it. Now I don't actually have it yet. I get it in November. And, well, she just said later this year. Asha said later this year, so we'll see what happens. But probably October, November, probably around the 25th anniversary by the time they ship it out to me. And what I will do is when I get that, I will do an unboxing video without question. I'll do an unboxing video of the X25. So it was a pleasure meeting you on Sunday, Max. Absolute pleasure, buddy. Spires, no problem, man. He says, thank you for the info. Yeah, I tried to give you guys as much info as I could. And, yeah, man, it was amazing experience all around. It was nice to meet so many people from everybody, from third party to Jeff Keighley, to Mark Cerny, to Jason Ronald, Asha Sharma, Matt Booty, Aaron Greenberg, and, of course, some of the Sony guys. I got to meet the Capcom teams, by the way. The Capcom teams I got to meet. I got to meet the Amazon Studios teams, as well as Remedy, Probably Monsters, all of them. And I just want to thank of course, Lucasfilm for allowing me to play Star Wars Galactic Racer was incredible. So yeah, it was amazing, man. It was amazing. So yeah, no, I don't know the release date of them, unfortunately, Chava, unfortunately. So yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, okay, so Blue Number said November as well. Okay, so maybe they told us something I didn't know. Yeah. Thank you, Beast Mode. Appreciate it, man. And we got Maverick coming in, closing off the show with a $10 super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much, Maverick. The winner of those commemorative X25 pins, which will be delivered to him. Oh, he's also getting this because I'm feeling generous. He's getting the Blood of Dawn Walker suit pin that he can wear as well. I'll just throw it in the envelope. What the hell? And Maverick says for $10 US. Thank you so much, Maverick. And he says, Mac, thanks for another awesome show. Do you think Xbox is back or still too early to tell? So happy you got to go to LA. Thank you guys all for that. Is PlayStation fine to DM you or somewhere else? Thanks again, bro. Yeah, you could DM me on PlayStation, no problem. Wherever you want to DM me, PlayStation, Xbox, or Twitter, no problem. And you can send me your info and I will mail that out to you. Obviously, discretion will be used by me. It's not like I'm gonna not like gonna pass out your address or anything. Yeah. Alex is asking in the chat, will I be playing 007 on Friday? Yeah, sure. I could do 007 or Lego Batman, whatever you guys want. I'm still got those going, right? So Arrow Nation saying, did my membership chat not come through? Let me take a look. Oh, Aero Nation, there it is. Oh, shit, it showed up. Oh, Aero Nation, I'm so sorry, buddy. I apologize for that. Aero Nation, a member of 9 months, sends a member chat. Sorry, Aero Nation, I see it there. It got lost in the mix. My bad. As a top-tier mega, by the way, for the last 9 months, Aero Nation has been a monster supporter of the channel. And, of course, go check out his content as well as Ion Storm, and they have a great show together, which I have to catch up on. And he says, loved your coverage while you're in LA. I felt like I was there, and it was awesome seeing you seeing you live out one of your dreams, brother. Much love. Well, guys, I couldn't have done any of this without you guys. Thank you so much, Aero Nation. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, so Friday I'll put it up between. He was. Jarek is. Major Nelson is back for that event, and he'll be back for the 25th anniversary. I got to tell you something about 007, by the way. 007 keeps getting better. Keeps getting better. Like, I'm on the second last level now, and the game keeps getting better. Like, it's grown on me. Like, when I first started, I'm like, fuck this game, man. I'm like, it's just, not that the game mechanics weren't great or whatever, but the game goes on, it starts to really cook. Like, it's a real slow burn of a game, but my God, it's really good now. Thank you, Chava. So, yeah. So, anyways, either way, all in all, great time. And, Andy Hart, will I be going to any World Cup games? Not a chance, dude. The tickets start at $2,000 each. So they can go fuck themselves. FIFA can go fuck themselves. FIFA's not getting... And you know what? Here's the thing. The games in Canada haven't even sold out yet because people are like, no, fuck you, we're not paying it. And that's for the cheapest tickets. The cheapest tickets are $2,000, and then they go up from there. You want lower bowl areas to watch the games, they're upwards of $5,000 to $8,000 a ticket. So FIFA can go fuck themselves. I will watch it for free on TV. I'm not giving FIFA a dime of my money. In fact, I'm even considering pirating the games. Excuse me, not the games. I'm considering pirating this feed at home, so I'm not actually paying. Any network that's going to be giving money to FIFA. They can literally go fuck themselves. And everybody's saying the same thing here in Toronto. Everybody's like, nope, we're not doing this. So, like, as it stands now, the stadiums are like only 60% sold. So they can eat that. So there you go, Andy Hart. I hope that answered that question. Sorry, a lot of foul language came out of my mouth on that one because they really pissed me off. And they pissed off a lot of people here in Canada. And the United States, too. Because the United States, they're doing the same shit. Not as bad as up here. But it's still really bad. It's still really bad what they're doing, charging that kind of money. Get the hell out of here, man. Yeah. Yeah, no shame in that, Mag. Prices are ridiculous in Canada. Yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely not pay. I won't even pay TSN or Sportsnet whatever money they want for the FIFA thing. No, because usually what I do is like when there's a World Cup or the Champions League or there's the Euro Cup, what I do is I just buy a membership for like Sportsnet, like the app, and I just pay $20 for the month or whatever it is, and I just watch the whole. I watch the whole tournament because I love soccer or football, as my as the Brits like to call it. And I watch the whole tournament, and that's it. But some of that money goes to FIFA, right? And I'm not giving FIFA a dime. And also, FIFA being a bunch of assholes. You know what they said for Toronto, too? Bars and restaurants all around are not allowed to use official FIFA sponsoring or like insignias or signs on their doors or on their establishments advertising that they're showing the games. Otherwise, FIFA will sue them. Can you imagine that? The arrogance of these fucking people. The arrogance of FIFA. They can go fuck themselves. I hope another tournament never comes back to this continent. You know what I mean? So, like, ridiculous. Like, they want to sue the bars and restaurants that are going to be showing your... No, you're allowed to show the games. You're not allowed to advertise saying FIFA World Cup shown here or whatever. Like, what? Like, are we serious right now? You know what I mean? So anyways, whatever. I don't want to get the whole FIFA thing. They already pissed me off. So, yeah. Oh, they're doing the price stuff in Mexico too, eh? Yeah. Well, then... Because you know what the thing is? In Europe, it'll never happen. You try to pull that shit in Germany or France or whatever. People will just literally not go. The whole stadium will be empty because Europeans don't put up with that shit. They put up with a lot of other stupid shit, which, by the way, they need to deal with. But that's their business. But when it comes to that stuff, they will not pay for it. And FIFA knows it. But they come to North America, think they can rape us for every penny by charging us $2,000 for the last row of the fucking stadium. Fuck you, FIFA. Because they're like, oh, it's okay. North Americans, they pay for everything because we're the biggest consumers on the planet. Yeah, we are. But there's a limit. And you crossed it. And your arrogance is going to cost you. So, yeah, not interested in their bullshit. But anyways. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the recap of LA and everything else that went on there. So, guys, we will be back for Friday Night Live. Obviously, tomorrow I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm going to be away with the family. Maybe by Thursday I might drop a video. We'll see what's going on in the news and see how that's all going down. And we'll see if Rockstar decides to drop a trailer sometime now that all the summer showcase stuff is over. I think they will. And we'll see from there. And then, of course, we'll be back on Friday Night Live. We will continue conversations while I play some games. So, everybody, thank you all for the support. And thank you all for everything that has come in and all the super chats and all the... yeah, I know, exactly, guys. I see everybody is pissed off in the chat, too. Yeah. XNC will be on Monday, Sergeant Essential. And by the way, hello. We will be doing all that. So, yes, we will see you guys all on Friday night for Friday Night Live. I will try to drop a video before then, of course. And, yeah, we'll see. Hey, and Max drops a $10 super chat. Let's go. Thank you so much. Max, you get one of these.
Donation.
Thank you so much, Max. And you unlocked a rare achievement, my friend, for being such a lovely human being. And he says, for $10 US. Thank you for being you. Glad you had fun in LA. Thank you so much. And it was amazing meeting you, man. It was amazing. All of you and everybody for your support tonight, all the super chats, the member chats, just hitting the like button, even just coming over and saying hello. It's been amazing. So it was a great MAGGCAST tonight. It was a lot of fun. We went 2.5 hours. It's pretty good. So yeah, we had a good time. So everybody, have yourself a wonderful night. We'll see you all Friday. for Friday Night Live, I will put up a poll, and you guys get to decide what I play, whether it's Lego Batman or 007. I'll leave it up to you guys. The meeting with Asha went well, Hermes. I only met her for a few minutes because she was very busy, but I did get to talk to her for a couple minutes, and she's a very lovely person, and you could tell. We'll get into more conversations about that as I absorb all the information of all the stuff I saw, but she means business. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I hit the wrong button. I pressed the what a loser button at the same time. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit that one. There it is. But anyways, all right, guys, thank you so much. Max, thank you for the super chat. Everybody else, thank you for all the support. Seth Monsters and Grumpy Old Fart, everybody in between, you guys have been all amazing, and the support has been incredible. And like I said, it all goes back in the channel, so it all heads back into here so we can get those games, and I'll stream all those games for you guys. So, yes, awesome. Have yourself a great night. Stay magnificent. We'll see y'all Friday for Friday Night Live. I'll put up a poll. You guys decide what I want to play. All right? Good night. Bye now.